Vice Mayor Timothy, Councilman Burns, Councilwoman Estime Irvin, Councilman Charles. Mayor, there is no quorum at this time.
Thank you so much. We'll wait for, we'll take a recess for 10 minutes. We'll be back at, well, 15 minutes. We'll be back at 5:15. Thank you.
You know better.
Perfecto. Bring. Ya. Listo. Vamos.
Let me get a copy of the agenda.
I know. Professor Nutty. Hey. Oh boy. Manager. How do I move on? Let me tell her. Oh, okay. Oh, she's on the phone. Oh. I think so. I'm not sure about that. I forgot my charger. I borrowed the mayor's charger. What get me in trouble? Yes and no. You want this or you want the new one? Eh? Because I'm about to get police. You want this or you want the new one?
Oh, okay, we got, hey, hello, Councilman. Hmm? Yeah, 516.
It's not in the
John, how
Do
you
you
doing?
want this or the new one? Let me get the new one for now. Okay.
Oh, okay, well, oh, I see what you're saying. So we have 8 more minutes. Hey, Councilman.
What's going on, sir? I'm good. Mr. Mayor, you have a charger? I need a. You see, I left my charger. Which one?
Cool. Is that yours?
Oh yeah. Let me borrow it for a minute, for a couple of minutes. I'll give it back. It's not long enough.
You know who this belongs to?
Oh, okay. I thought it was yours. Okay, good.
Yeah, you can do it.
Oh, thank you.
Mayor, I'm good. How you doing?
Kami. Kami telefon kami. Josiah, no. Barbecue. Yeah, Labor Day. Labor Day. It was just by the bridge. It was. Yeah. It's the first year that. Where were you? Did y'all see how Haitians blocked Eastern Parkway? I was like, get up for Labor Day. Yo, I heard Haitians rock the house. That was a long time ago. Yeah, I did see that, but. Who's that? Yeah. Cassandra. Yeah.
It's not the money, it's the money. Good evening, good evening again, and welcome to our first budget meeting of the next fiscal year 2026. And we already done roll call. Madam Clerk, there's a couple of members who showed up, and then we'll lead into the Pledge of Allegiance by our police. Assistant Police Chief Ransom Carter of the North Miami Police Department, and then invocation by Dr. Caroline Lewis of the God Empowered Kingdom Building Ministries.
5:16 p.m. Mayor Desame,
Here?
Vice Mayor Timothy, Councilman Burns,
Here.
Councilwoman Estime Irvin,
Present.
Councilman Charles.
Present.
Mayor, you have a quorum to proceed.
Thank you so much, Madam Clerk. Oh, there you go, sir. Yes. To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good evening, councilman, mayor, and all the city official. I bless you. Let us pray. Most righteous and adorable Father God, we come before you this afternoon. Lord, we give you thanks for today because this is the day that the Lord have made, and you say we shall rejoice and be glad in it. As we come together today, Father, we lift up this meeting to you, and we pray that you will give every leader discernment, Father. We pray today that you will give them, oh God, the wisdom to make the right decision. We pray right now in the mighty name of Jesus that you will remove every spirit of confusion. We come against every plan of the enemy on today, and we pray, Holy Spirit, that you take full control. Have your way. In Jesus' name, amen.
Thank you so much, Dr. Carter. We appreciate it. And thank you, Assistant Chief Ransom. And good evening again. Welcome to our first budget hearing. We do have another one on the 25th of this month. And Madam Manager, any opening remarks? And then we will take it from there.
On the order of business, we do have a deletion of tab C.
Okay. So, Mr. Attorney, are we set with tab C being removed from this discussion?
Yes, Mayor, the agenda is set. You may proceed.
Thank you so much.
Can I have a quick question? What does that mean, or what was the purpose of it on there? And then what does it mean by removing it, Madam Manager?
Tab C was a reading for adjusting the minimum reserve, but in this budget, it is proposed to have the minimum reserve, and so it is not necessary for the vote.
And what is that minimum?
$5 million.
Okay, and so we're going to continue with the $5 million in this budget also?
The proposed budget has $5 million proposed in reserve, so that tab is not necessary.
Okay, and if we want to add to the reserve at some point in time where we can, correct?
Yes, you could add to the reserve.
Okay, and then the minimum has to stay at 5 million, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Mayor, for the record, Vice Mayor Timothy is present as of 5:19 p.m.
Hello, Vice Mayor. How you doing? Are we good, Councilman?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. So I think what we've done previously in the past, we'll, go ahead, Madam Manager, you have something? Go ahead. I'm sorry. Oh, yes. Okay, go ahead. Yes, please, go ahead.
If you want to do the order, that's fine. I was going to do the...
Yes, no, you could do the opening. Okay. So what we'll do, the manager will do the opening, and we'll do a little open remarks, and then we'll open for public hearing. I think it's been posted online enough time, Angela, right, Mr. Attorney, we good? So we'll do public hearing, and then we'll close public hearing, and then we will have our discussion. Hopefully we could, do this in a good time manner, and then we'll do what we do. So go ahead, Madam Manager.
Honorable Mayor, council members, city clerk, and our residents, I'm pleased to present the proposed fiscal year 2025-2026 budget. This plan reflects the vision of a new administration committed to strengthening North Miami, building on past investments, and charting a course toward a safer, stronger, and more resilient community. This budget prioritizes the foundations of a strong city by investing in critical infrastructure with a focus on modernizing the water plant and strengthening the systems that residents rely on every day. It also directs resources to neighborhood improvements that enhance quality of life and position the city for long-term growth. The proposed millage rate is to remain at 7.40 mils, generating $45.04 million in ad valorem taxes, an increase of $3.99 million over the prior year. Of this increase, $1.3 million will remain in the city's general fund, while $2.6 million would support the North Miami Community Redevelopment Agency's efforts to revitalize local businesses and commercial corridors. For the first time since the global pandemic, this budget also restores the city's $5 million reserve requirement, demonstrating our commitment to strong financial management and long-term stability. Equally important, this budget strengthens economic development by investing in programs and initiatives that attract new businesses, expand workforce opportunities, and support local entrepreneurs. These efforts are designed to create jobs, stimulate growth, and ensure North Miami remains competitive in today's economy. The budget addresses unavoidable cost increases such as healthcare premiums, pension liabilities, workers' compensation, and property insurance. It also provides for salary adjustments, including a 5% merit and COLA for PBA employees and a 3% merit and COLA for general employees, reflecting our continued investment in the city's workforce. This budget also enhances public safety through the addition of new patrol officers, strengthening neighborhood presence, and supporting community policing efforts. It increases funding for senior programming, providing more robust services and resources to improve quality of life for older residents. To improve efficiency and service delivery, the administration will reorganize the Development Services Department to enhance customer service and the Finance Department to reinforce fiscal responsibility and sharpen the city's financial outlook. This budget also reflects the return of the department's name from neighborhood services to code compliance, restoring clarity and alignment with its core responsibility of upholding community standards. In addition, purchasing has been transitioned to procurement, underscoring a modern approach that emphasizes strategy, efficiency, and innovation in managing cities' resources. Importantly, this budget invests in the celebration of North Miami Centennial with events and initiatives designed to honor our history, engage residents, and showcase the city's future as we mark 100 years of community. This funding plan reflects a balanced approach, honoring our past, addressing today's challenges, and preparing for tomorrow. It embodies our commitment to delivering excellent service, supporting vibrant neighborhoods, strengthening economic development, enhancing public safety, modernizing infrastructure, and maintaining the fiscal stability necessary for North Miami's next century of growth. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Madam Manager. Again, I know you just arrived a couple weeks ago as the budget had already started the process. So we do say to the public, you had enough time, or it's a big book, and I don't think any of us could say we read it line by line. I certainly haven't, but I've went in through it, and I'm sure folks in the audience have, to see if the priorities and what's been happening in previous year. As you know, under the last administration and what we've done, we were able to not only save money, but first time in about 10 or 15 years, we had a surplus in the city of North Miami. Now, I don't know where that surplus came, but I do give myself credit for that. But so moving forward with the next one, I'm looking also forward to work with this administration, and this is our administration. So, and this office works for us. So we're going to make sure that we do what we do diligent to make sure that the residents and the services and everybody here know what I'm about. So I will make sure that the residents are always included in terms of what we do. So we'll do what we do, and we'll open up for public hearing on the budget for this year, and we'll take it from there. Thank you. Oh, tab. Madam Clerk, tab A.
Tab A.
Mhm.
Tab A, a proposed resolution of the Mayor and City Council of the City of North Miami, Florida, adopting a tentative millage rate of 7.4000 mils for fiscal year 2025 to 2026, providing for an effective date and all other purposes. Tab A.
So move. Oh, I'm sorry, public hearing
No,
is
wait.
open.
So we have to do the budget presentation.
The budget presentation.
Yes, so that they can comment on the budget.
Yes. Are you, because I see you. But we had the public hearing, most of them. No, I'm saying we had public hearings on this portion. I know my staff, we had public hearing on just not the millage, I'm just on general, the workshops. Okay.
Town halls.
Yes, the town hall, that's the right word.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. I'm Angela Reyes, Chief Financial Officer. I'm here to do the presentation of the proposed budget for fiscal year 25-26. In this budget, our millage rate is proposed to remain at 7.4 mils. We have remained at 7.4 since fiscal year 23. The dollar represents the division of how much money each agency receives. The city of North Miami receives 33.4%, of which a third of that goes to the CRA. 29.79% goes to the school board. 33.38% goes to Miami-Dade County, and 3.43% goes to Children's Trust, state, and other funds. Our millage rate scenario, while it's proposed to be at 7.4 mils and remains at 7.4 mils, is at 100%, it would give us a $47.4 million return, and at 95%, it would be $45.04 million. Our rollback rate in estimation is 7.08 mils. Our total taxes at 100% would give us a $45.4 million return, or at 95%, $43.1 million in our rollback rate. Our ad valorem revenues, proposed revenues, the operating 7.4 mils is $45.04 million. We do have a $3.6 million less TIF refund from the CRA. The CRA will return 3.5 to us, but we do have to give them $16.7 million. That's that 1/3 that we have to give back to them. We net a total of $1.1 million. This is a look at our adopted budget history. As you can see, we've remained conservative at about 3% increase within the past 3 years. In fiscal year 22 to 23, you'll see that was during the COVID the pandemic, where we were trying to get back to the same levels of service. That's why you see the jump from fiscal year 23 to 24. In this budget, we use the following assumptions. We do have a 7.4 millage rate. We will keep the same level of service to the community. We've increased employee health insurance by 10%, the general liability and property insurance of 10%, our FRS employer contributions. We have 3% merit and 3% COLA for unclassified and non-bargaining employees, 5% merit and 5% COLA for PBA employees. We did assume the PBA negotiation financial impact, our ERP implementation, our enterprise resource planning systems, and fleet reimbursement increases. This year's all fund expense categories do have our operating budget, which include public safety, community programs, city events, repairs and landscaping, and grant services. Our capital outlay in this proposed budget includes infrastructure repairs, police stations, parks facilities, city hall, water and sewer, fleet and equipment upgrades, traffic calming devices, water and sewer improvements, and we do have a $5 million reserve. Our proposed budget with all funds included is $223.7 million. This includes a general fund of $100.8 million, which makes up 45% of the entire budget. Our enterprise funds at $60.7 million, which is 25% of our budget. Internal funds of $10.4 million, which is 5% of our budget. Transportation of $2.9 million, which is 2% of the budget. Special revenue funds at $46.9 million, which is 21% of the budget. Debt service at $1.7 million, which makes up 2% of the budget. That gives us a total of $223.7 million in total. Our general fund by revenue source, we have our ad valorem taxes at $30.1 million, general sales and use tax of $696,000, our utility and communication taxes of $7.7 million, franchise fees of $5.9 million, fines and forfeitures of $602,000, licenses and permits of $1.2 million, intergovernmental revenues of $10.6 million. Our charges for services come in at $9.7 million. We have miscellaneous revenues at $7.8 million and non-revenues, which are our transfers in, of $26.2 million. The general fund by department makes up $100.8 million. 59.3% of that is our personnel. 25% is made of our operating. Our internal services are 5.9%. We have capital projects of 1.8%, grants and aids of 3.1%, and reserves of 4.9%. You can also see a breakdown of how these funds are distributed within the departments on the table. Our potential capital improvement projects are inclusive of IT network and security improvements, ITGIS contracts and implementations, our Motorola radios, our police roof replacements, Mark 43 CAD and RMS, which is a police integrated service, police station elevators, city hall repairs and improvements, ground improvements, pavement study of roads and sidewalks, park safety resilience and readiness programs, park recreation and enhancement initiatives, our Cagney Park completion, the pedestrian bridge, traffic calming devices, sidewalk and right-of-way improvements, our right-of-way improvements, water meter replacements, which is our AMI, replace transmission lines, sanitary sewer rehabilitation, lift station rehabilitation, water line improvements, water line replacements, Northeast Third Court drainage projects, stormwater improvements, and vehicle replacements. This year, our enterprise fund water rate systems will go up of an average of 8.5%. This is an average over the past couple of years that we've been increasing it gradually since 2024 at 8.5%, and 2022 we were at 7.5%. Here's a sample of your utility rates for this fiscal year. We do go up. You will see an average of about $530 to $545 per resident on average. That's a typical consumption of a family of 5 or 15,000 gallons. And that is the end of my presentation. Thank you very much.
The mayor had to step out, so we are now going to open up public hearing. Mr. City Attorney, we can open public hearing now?
Yes, so you opening up public hearing for tab A and B and then voting
On the-
afterwards?
mhm.
Yeah, okay.
Yes. So public hearing is now open on the proposed budget. So this is for tab A and B. There are 2 mics.
You'll have 2 minutes. You can start proceeding to the mic. If this is your opportunity now to speak about the proposed budget. On the budget.
Budget and millage rate.
Yeah, the budget and millage rate. Yeah, 2 minutes.
Castus Yata McKnight, President of McKnight Auto Repair Co-op, 685 Northwest 121 Street. I was hoping to see a little bit more in the budget for flash flood services. I would like probably about $5 billion put aside for flash flood, and have the water and sewer department management take a look at on that site that my God. That warehouse, it's a warehouse with automated system. Amazon warehouse, look at their automated system, and from that technology, he could visualize how to set up a system from Miami to New York. And when we have drought, we could route some of those Niagara Fall water into that gutter back to Miami. It would be a channel for the East Coast, because North Miami is the front line for the hurricane, storm, etc., etc. North Carolina, Washington, etc. So I was looking towards a budget for that, at least a $5 billion to start. It's that run going to cost about $1.2 trillion. But at least every year, if we have a $5 million set, another state participate, we could get that thing in. We have to fight this flood. The road tire, the tire from vehicle, the rubber wore down, form like a dust, going to a drain, the sand coming to it, mix it with it, make it a compound, harder to get away, get the water to disperse. Water table is high because of the vessel that's on our waterway. It raised the water level, especially that 20-story, 550 ton that they just put on the ocean. And thank you so much.
Thank you.
Claudia Pasmino, 13504 Northeast 23rd Place. I'm happy to hear that in the budget it was mentioned about increasing money for the seniors, because again, as I mentioned at a last meeting I was at, that there's seniors living on either side of my house. One does have family member, the other doesn't, so we have to think about the seniors, especially if they have no family members to look after them. I also want to remind you guys, I did attend one of the budget town halls. I did bring up how, as you can see, I'm a friend of the North Miami Library, also Enchanted Forest, how I noticed that the restrooms do need extra cleaning. So if you can put in the budget, it's not that the cleaning crew is not doing a good job, is that they need extra time to do more detailed cleaning. An example that I gave at the meeting I was at is that at the library, obviously there's a big traffic, there's a lot of kids, a lot of programs coming in. I did notice when you dry your hands that the tiles, the grout, it was very black. So I'm always promoting the library and telling people to come to the library. Some people gave me, oh, like that look like the library's not to be beneath them. I'm like, what's wrong with my library, North Miami Library? Why you want to go to the other ones? But then when I see little stuff like that, I'm like, okay, I can kind of see. So it'll be great in the future. We can renovate the bathrooms for the libraries, but right now it's extra time for the cleaning people, as well as Enchanted Forest. Again, these are public bathrooms. So if we can have cleaning crew, I don't know what the budget is, but on a daily basis, making sure that the restrooms are being clean, because at the end of the day, it's healthy, hygienic. That's it.
David Galvez, address is 531 Northeast 134th Street. Good evening, Mayor and council members. I stand before you tonight as a proud resident of the city of North Miami who takes a great interest in our democratic process, especially in how our city's budget is developed and adopted. Unfortunately, this year's budget process has raised serious concerns with me. Town halls were held before the budget was even published, leaving residents with no meaningful opportunity to review, question, or even provide input on how their tax dollars are being spent. When I requested details and dates about the proposed budget, the information I received from staff was either incomplete or false. This is not just frustrating, it is a violation of the Citizens' Bill of Rights, Article 2, Section 9A, which guarantees truth in government, public records, and budgeting. Requests to meet with council members to discuss these issues have been ignored. Worse, after exercising my rights as a taxpayer, city staff used their power and connections to contact my employer, making false accusations against me, retaliation that has no place in a democratic government.
Excuse me?
We deserve a transparent process, we deserve a council that represents its constituents rather than protecting each other, and we deserve accountability. I urge you tonight to take these concerns seriously, to commit to transparency, and to ensure that future budget processes are open, honest, and allow residents to fully participate. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Sir, please. Oh, David, I'm sorry. Yes, you made if you could go back, please, sir. You made a comment, but I want to make this to the public.
Yes.
Regardless of what happened or what you think any of us feel about anybody who works for us in government, and you said something that is very, very serious to me and to anybody, because let me say this, and I've never, in my years, and I've been here for almost 15 years, if you're counting my clerk years, since 2009, but took a break, and then 2015 been on here. I've never, and our manager, she was here, she just came back, and so this has nothing to do with her. I have never, and we had one manager when I first started, that accusation you made, but I don't think there's no one. You are right, it is illegal for them to give us information that is inaccurate. And I have never, even if I disagree with an administration, whatever the case is, they wouldn't do that. And even when residents would say, no, this person, I said, listen, we may disagree, and I may disagree with them, but I don't think, and I've always done that, I don't think, and I know they wouldn't do that because that is a legal thing. They have an obligation to tell us what's true or not. So even if I ask for something, I usually tell residents, ask me, and I'll ask the administration what it is, because they can't lie to us. But you say somebody called your job.
Correct. That is correct.
Okay.
And I'd be happy to take this conversation offline.
Yes. Yes.
I don't think this is the appropriate time to go into those details, but I would happily, I have requested a meeting with you, Mayor.
Yes.
I would happily sit with you and have a conversation on that matter.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much.
Appreciate it.
Make sure. Katya, somebody, John, make sure that I don't have any. Jordan, that get his information. No, she's gone, I think. Yes. Okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Hi.
Yes. My name is Karen Stahl, and I'm a resident of the city of North Miami. I belong to a sewing group, for the record, here's a photograph of it, of the many, many quilts and many things we make every year to benefit senior citizens who are elderly and who need help. And we got acquainted with the North Miami Foundation. They provide these things that we make for people, and they also help out with other services. But I learned some devastating news yesterday. The North Miami Foundation has received budget cuts from the federal government, and they will no longer provide van transportation to elderly residents. Seniors will no longer have trips to Walmart, Presidente, and Publix. They had their trips a couple times every month, and their driver, Louie, who is just a wonderful person, would even help carry heavy groceries to their front doors. And this whole entire project will end September 30th because of the federal budget funding cuts. This was not just to help with people wanting to buy groceries and wanting to shop and to have help with carrying things. Many of them are blind. They're often all alone. Most people seem to be over the age of 80. And they really need their help. And it's not just a benefit of just grocery shopping. Many, many of these people live alone. This is often their only chance to socialize, have a change of scenery, and talk to people. It would be very detrimental to their mental health if they cannot go and have this service anymore. We've already lost our senior citizen trips to restaurants. We've already lost our field trips. And this, on top of it, is going to really make them very upset. It's bad. It will be detrimentally for them mentally as well as physically. I realize this was a federal service, but can you please find a way somehow in your budget to set aside some funds, especially if you have a surplus, to find a way to restore this service so we can still have our driver, Louie, and other drivers take the elderly residents to the grocery stores and things.
Thank you so much, ma'am. God bless you. Thank you. Becky, hi.
Good evening. Becky Jones, 20638 Northeast 7th Court, Miami. I'm president of the Friends of the North Miami Library, and I come with good news. We came to say thank you. Thank you for including most of the things that our most efficient director of libraries has put in the budget for the year. We're very thankful, and we want to say that you all are doing a good job. And Ms. City Manager, we want to welcome you back.
Thank you.
Thank you, everybody.
You look so good. We had to clap for you, Chief. Yes, and you wear yellow, so welcome.
Mayor, council, staff, manager. First of all, thank you for having all those budget hearings. They were very, very informative, and I think we got a lot of input into it. I didn't get a chance to read the budget, but one of my concerns is on Emerald Drive, at the end of the street, not in front of my property, but we vacated a portion of the right-of-way over there next to the Czech Club back to Johnson and Wales years ago. And my neighbor who lives down the street, I think he's here tonight, 13195, he did a beautiful landscaping job on his property, all natural fauna out there, and it's getting washed away, especially with these heavy rains. They're on a hill. The rest of us on the street, we have the French drains in Arch Creek, plus the lake catches the majority of our runaway. And I don't know if we can get, I guess, a French drain or a culvert or something to get that water diverted from their property and also from the Czech Club. As you know, we had a beautiful grant out there, and the Czech Club put a beautiful fence in, and that's getting washed out also. And something I did fail to mention at the budget hearings, I walked the city, and one of the things that really get me, is the Muscovy ducks. They crap all over the place, excuse my language. And what do? Not this administration, on 125th Terrace. Instead of saying, don't feed these damn things, we put up signs, caution, duck crossing. Oh my God in heaven. I was down in the Keys and I heard we were shooting them over in Keystone Point. I was going, yay, this is great. There is a federal law against feeding them and raising them. And the federal government and the state government both want them destroyed. They are polluting the canals. 1 pound of duck waste feeds 1 million units of plankton. That kills your body of oxygen on demand. And that they really should go. And I should have brought this up at the budget hearing. I apologize. If there's any way we can get a trapper to start getting these ducks off the right away. And, we do have signs out there, don't feed the wildlife. Mayor, you've been here 15 years. You were a young guy when I met you.
Yes, I was.
Thank you, folks.
Thank you, Chief. Yeah, I did. Yes, sir.
Good evening. My name is Jorge Parra. We live with my family with 1680 Enchanted Place, the house with the lights,
we know.
Christmas lights. I'm talking here a little tiny budget thing that we're trying to request. My daughter Victoria, she's an Eagle Scout project about to finish. She did a project for the Enchanted Forest Park, Lane Gordon Park, that is just ready to be installed, but the city is the one that should do the installation. We have an issue because all the scouts are minors, so there's a liability issue between the Boy Scouts of America and the park, and nobody wants that liability of having those kids using tools, delicate tools to make the installation. We have to go like 2 feet deep into the soil to install, 5 level safe installation for the stations, collection stations, which are meant to be to collect the air potatoes, the vines, the thing that is invading the park in a horrible way. It's an invasive species that needs to be controlled. And we actually think it should be a pilot project for other parks, because the effect of the way these vines saturate every bush and every tree is horrible, and it's really something that needs to be controlled through the Friends of Enchanted Forest nonprofit. We are founder members too. We've been working together to try to do this, and in spite of all the efforts every year, we need more help. So I appreciate if you can, take a look at this little thing. We just need the crew to do the installations as soon as possible. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Have you met with your council person?
Say again?
Have you met with your council person?
Scott, you mean?
No, Kevin.
Oh, yeah, of course, Kevin.
Oh, okay, so he knows.
No, he knows
Okay,
everything.
good. Okay,
Yeah,
thank you.
We've been in contact.
Awesome. Thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, sir. How are you, my friend? Good.
I'm doing well.
Amen.
How are you doing?
We okay.
Thank you, everybody, for having us here. My name is Sam Van Leer, president and founder of Urban Paradise Guild. I founded UPG in 2008 in North Miami, and we've been serving North Miami directly in ACE Preserve since 2013. I'm here to speak in support of a request for funding to remove invasives and, well, we could use a lot of help too, but there are problems that we need help with that are too big for the way we're currently equipped and trained. So we would be very appreciative of help with that and help with our own work. So I believe that there's a funding request in the budget that will do this for ACE Preserve, and that's what I'm here to speak in support of. Obviously, we've been doing education on site, award-winning experiential education, Miami-Dade College Community Partner of the Year 4 times from 3 different campuses. We improve quality of life for residents, and we're going to be bringing a lot of shade into the preserve. So we're doing that as fast as we can, and I'm happy to meet with anybody and answer any questions.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Hey.
Mayor, if I may, what was the request? He said that there's a funding request. Do you have an amount?
Sir,
Sam,
coming back.
What was the request? Because you said the funding request, but you didn't say the amount.
I do not have the amount, but I believe that the councilman might.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
I'll share that request when we finish public hearing and we get into each department.
Got it.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
Hello, everyone. My name is Jacqueline, or you can call me Jackie. I'm with Urban Paradise Guild myself.
Your address, please, and for the record. Yeah.
My address is 5273 West 24th Court, zip code 33016.
Thank you.
So I'm with Urban Paradise Guild. We've been serving North Miami for over 11 years now, 12 years. And so we have done a lot of work in the preserve. And it really makes me happy when I talk to people and they tell me that they walk the preserve, especially because we have literally transformed it. I mean, I can tell you where there used to be a lot of invasives and now there's natives. And this has been all through volunteers, us leading it. We had an apprenticeship program that unfortunately was part of the AmeriCorps programs that didn't make it this year, but we were serving there 5 days a week, triple-digit heat index, mosquitoes, no-see-ums. We were dedicated, and we are dedicated. And so we want to build a shade canopy in the middle of the road, but more than anything, this location is a cultural hub. It's a place of education. There's classrooms. We call them living classrooms. You're outside. It's an opportunity to learn. I actually brought a picture of an osprey that Neil, our director of media, this is at ACE. And if you've ever seen a small child look at something they've never seen before, because they don't have access to it, it's beautiful. And this is what ACE Preserve does for the community. And anytime I get to talk to anybody here, I say, come to ACE, we'll give you a tour. Because it's one thing to walk it, and that's wonderful. It has all sorts of benefits, but it's another thing to understand why certain things are there and what they do for us. Green infrastructure is critical infrastructure, and I would love to talk to anyone and just talk about the statistics on why it helps us. ACE Reserve is a buffer zone. It's a speed zone for flooding issues. Of course, we know that when it's cooler, it also helps the whole environment, our mental health. So there's lots of benefits to ACE Reserve, so we hope we can get some funding. Thank you.
Good afternoon. My name is Eileen Bicaba, 13350 Northeast 3rd Court. I would like to say thank you to them. I love the preserves, and I think that's one of the areas that are very good for our community. I'd like to thank you guys. I'm glad to see that you said earlier that we have the $5 million in reserves. That has been one of my big things that I'm like, we've got to have reserves. So I commend you guys on that, and I hope it's not something that will go away during the year. I'd like to talk about flooding resiliency. The city of North Miami, there was recently an article, it's the least resilient coastal city in terms of flooding in the entire United States of America. And I think that's is a bit shameful to our community. I'd like to see more money go towards drains. The drains are not cleaned often enough. I can tell you, I have pictures right now of the one on my street that's blocked. while we are flooding every time it rains. I'd like to see if they can do more towards green streets, anything that improves resiliency. Things like green streets helping improve more trees, plantings, and things like that. To inspect the drains on private properties, I believe I mentioned that when the councilwoman had her pre-budget things, that we have a lot of the private drains that are intended to keep water on their land. They don't do it. They literally are growing weeds because nobody makes them maintain them. And at the same time, on some of these same streets, we are planning to spend more money under the stormwater, so it would be good to at least have some sort of a program in place to help with that. I'd like to see in terms of the food.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay, so food resiliency, okay?
Thank you, Ms. Bacaba, but I have to disagree with the assessment that whatever that article is, and I don't agree a lot with the President of the United States, but that's fake news. And we are not. I mean, I know your problem, and I've been working since I've been the mayor about your particular issues, and we do have spots, San Souci and poor Kevin Byrne, District 1. So we have spots, and FDOT, a lot of them manage, and I have taken the responsibility if we done. And we're not by anywhere, but we are not the worst, even here in South Florida. We are not. And I did see the article, and I was going to email the reporter, but I'm like, I'm not going to waste my time. People do what they do. And yes, if you do have residents who are constantly saying that your city's not, this and that, yeah, they'll pick it up and see. Every city you have things, but I cannot, as the mayor of the city, to have somebody to come here and say that we are the worst, whatever, that's from a fake article. That we are. No, we are pride in our city, and we are working, and we are specifically working with. And I have been, I don't know about anyone, but and I've talked to the new manager about your situation, and she said we have a plan in terms of whatever the current plan that we have. So we are working, and we know Keystone, San Souci probably have it worse than anyone in terms of the flooding and by the thing. So we know, but that's something that every city, and we're not saying we far by anything, but we're not the worst in America. That I can guarantee you. Yes, sir, I'm sorry, go ahead.
Hello, my name is Daniel Frederick. I own 13195 Emerald Drive, and I just want to follow up on what Kenny said earlier about the need for a drain at the end of Emerald Drive. Just the geography causes all the water from Arch Creek Road and the far end of Emerald Drive to just come down to our end, and it really just causes flooding on my property and the Czech Club. It's very hard to contain.
That's it, sir.
Yep.
Thank you.
Yep, thank you.
We'll do what we do. Thank you. Ms. Davy?
Hi.
Hi.
Hi, everybody. Deborah Davies, 1165 Northeast 127th Street. So my first point is I just want to thank you for continuing supporting MOCA. And just to reiterate that culture is often treated as a niche area, but it's actually really integral to really supporting and creating community, and also to our downtown area, which still really needs that work. So if there's any way that you could fund MOCA more, especially with all our centennial celebrations, I think it's something that would be a positive thing for our community. The people there work on a shoestring budget and do amazing things, so for the children and everybody in the community. The second thing is all the traffic studies that we did. We paid Kimley Horn so much money for the traffic study that was needed in order to complete having some of our traffic calming. And if there's any way that you could give more money to that and start to see some stuff happening, because I literally have had people die on my corner, which is by the school, but it has not been during school hours. And there, I know that there's so many needs in our community, but people really are unsafe. People are walking, people are riding their bicycles, and people are dying on our streets. So if there's any way that you can find some more money to actually get this going and do some traffic calming, I would appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Davies. Thank you, thank you. Mr. McDermott, how you doing?
Good, good. My name is Michael McDermott, 840 Northeast 127th Street. I am a volunteer with the North Miami Foundation for Senior Citizen Services. As the young lady before me mentioned, we're sort of in a trifecta crisis. Not too long ago, at the beginning of the year, the federal administration cut numerous supportive programs for the elderly, and specifically food programs and other social work programs. Subsequent to that, we had our governor, Ron DeSantis, slash food and supportive programs for seniors throughout the state of Florida. And now, as we all know, we are battling with the Miami-Dade County as CBOs were cut across the board due to the budget crisis. As she mentioned, just in the transportation area, we had 9,800 hours of transportation that has been logged and documented, taking seniors to medical appointments, grocery stores, field trips, that kind of thing. We have social work programs. We have assessment programs, which are necessary for the elderly in our community to take advantage of resources, other resources that are available. So we're not only a direct service agency, we're a referral agency, in that we have taken seniors who have issues, needing additional housing, needing additional medical, specialized care of one sort or another, and we find them the agencies that they can go to make sure these services are provided to them. Our main item, of course, is the fact of the food. We served over 100,000 meals in the last year. We provide 2 meals a day. We provide self-stabled meals for those days when not delivered. Okay, so we really appreciate any funding sources that you can provide.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Randy?
Hi, good afternoon. Randy Grice, 40 Northwest 124th Street, North Miami, Florida, president of Sunkist Grove neighborhood. Thank you, everybody, for having the budget workshops. That was really helpful, especially for the residents of D4 that were able to come out. Councilman Charles, thank you for making yourself available and addressing our needs. Just a few things advocating for what we would like to have, and I know we've already talked about this in the past openly and also in meetings. Definitely one animal control officer. I think that's already addressed in the budget as of right now, so as soon as we can get that online. Of course, we saw that tragic incident that happened in Miami Gardens, so hopefully we can avoid something like that happening in our city, especially in District 4. Also with the stop signs in some areas, and I know Councilman, I'll use some exact locations where the stop signs are, the striking in the road, if we could kind of get that kind of repainted so people can see it a little bit better when they're driving, that would be extremely helpful. Also a little bit of improvements at Pepper Park, same thing with the parking lot areas, the handicap, get those repainted so those can be seen a little bit better. And of course, the almighty issue, water plant, whatever resources we can dedicate towards improving that will be extremely helpful, especially with keeping utilities bills down. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, sir. Public hearing is still open in the budget. And we have 2 mic, please, if you need to come. We don't want to be here the entire, no, go ahead, sir, please.
Hello there, I'm Neil McCauley, 2640 Northeast 135th Street. I also work with the Urban Paradise Guild. I just wanted to add my voice to advocating for the budget to include support for what we're doing there, and I live directly opposite the preserve. And I just want to assure you that we will look after what work is done there. I go over there and water the trees after they're planted, so during the dry season, keeping them alive. So I just want you to bear in mind that any money invested there is in good hands with us taking care of it. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, sir. Anyone else? All right. Public hearing is closed. So I did hear a couple of comments in terms of where we are and what we are doing. There's a lot of requests. The first time I'm hearing about them. So I don't know, members of the council. I know in the past how we have done it, and I think just in the sake of time, I just, just a general questions in terms of the different departments and what we do. So I wanted to ask and see if we get a consensus, if we could take quickly, if we don't have any issues. There's some departments I have the issues, some I don't. And my issues are not, it's just a direct clarification I probably need, and then just kind of go from there. If we're okay, and as we do that, we could ask our questions like what we usually do.
We're going to go department by
Yeah,
department.
if there's but we'll do it quick because we don't want to be here, the whole night in terms of, if that okay with you all? You okay with that? Okay. Yeah, like we usually do. But no, what I was saying, how I go deep into the department, I don't want to do, I'm just going to go general. Unless if you have a question about the department, you could go in terms. So the first one, and I don't know why, Madam Manager, they have us first, always. So ours went up from 20, so it's not a big jump, and I think and if that's the answers for some of these, which I'm okay with, because some of them you could look, the jump, how I usually do it, the process that I do, just so everybody would know, and that's how I've been doing it for the last 10 years. Usually look at the year before and then go in, and then if I see some changes and stuff, because normally it's the same form that they keep, I go in and I go into a deeper dive. And I know each of the council members does their process different. So our offices went from 2.9 to 3 million, so that's less than, probably 100,000. So I'm okay there unless there's any specific questions with the mayor and council. I'm good, and it's open.
If I may, Mayor?
Yes, sir. Please.
Yeah, good evening, everybody, and thank you for your presence in here in our first budget hearing. Yeah, I have one, but I'll address it
later.
Yeah.
Yes,
I can address that.
Sure.
Yeah.
The city manager, everything looks good except there's a big change. There's probably something. Please help me there, Angela, Madam Manager. Angela, I think somebody needs to be there to talk to us. So from 2.5 to 3.2. So what's the change there?
We've added some positions, and we're also taking on some additional responsibility, including the public records.
What are the position that was added?
Is it the assistant city manager?
I see. No, I think that is there, Vice Mayor. But I see.
There's two.
I see something that I didn't see there, like a grant manager and a strategic outreach.
And grants manager has
What
been
is
there.
that? I didn't know.
That was actually a reclass from chief of strategic.
Oh, okay.
So that's a different position. It's actually a lower position than that
Okay,
position.
Okay.
And grants manager, we did have it as vacant currently. Yes.
Okay.
But it's been moved from a different place to here, to this office.
So the difference, what's the difference is, so $700,000 is going to your office. So that's what I'm trying to figure out. What is that, for it? So the strategic person, whoever that is, how much is that money? Is that amount? I'm trying to get to the 700.
If I have to look up the information, I have to sit over there with my computer, but I can write the question down and get back to you if you want to know salary range.
It's just in that particular question. I don't know if anyone else has. It's just a big jump, and she said.
Well, Mayor, I think it's because of the personnel changes, because they went from 8 to 11, so it's 3.
That's what I'm. That's
yeah,
what I'm
so
trying to
the
get
3
to. That's
personnel
what I
changes
need.
with fringes.
I
is
just need
probably
the public
jump.
to know. So what are those 3 positions?
The grants manager, which came from a different area, yes, so that's added into that. Public records specialist, that's being added to come here so that it's done in the city manager's office, and assistant city manager.
Okay, but the public record we had, right? We had it before, so it's moved. So those 2. So I'm trying to get the 7 something.
It's the 2 plus the assistant city manager.
So 700 with 3 people? You don't find that to be a little bit high for 3 people getting $700,000 with salary?
So when you add that, you add salary.
That's what I'm saying, COLA.
You added everything.
I know. Okay, guys, what is the salary of these people? Because $700,000 for 3 people to me.
You probably need a salary breakdown of all the salaries.
Yeah, because if it's 3 people, they were in somewhere. Does it equal to 7 something? That's all I needed to know.
It equals to 7 something, and you
For
have
3 people.
for 3 people because of the FRS, the
I'm in
fringe
the wrong
benefits.
business. Okay, that's fine. Thank you.
So
Alrighty. Yes, sir, you had a question?
I have a question. Did the public information, the records request used to be in the clerk's office, and then now it's in the manager's office? Or where was it before?
I thought it was in the manager, no?
It's been moved since I left, but when I was here, I had it in the city manager's office.
It was moved?
Yeah,
Oh,
it seemed to have been moved, and so I'm bringing it back to where it was when I was
It
here
was
originally.
moved to, so it was moved to the clerk's office, so the clerk's office got a deduction so that the money is now going into your department.
No, the clerk's office didn't have an actual position. They just took on the responsibility.
So did we have a position for that?
We had it before in the city manager's office when Mr. Ellis was here before. It was then removed. The clerk took on the responsibility without the
With no
additional
money.
funding.
Okay.
Well, thank
That
you, Madam
now is
Clerk.
going
Madam
back
Clerk.
to the manager's
See where that got you?
Okay.
Okay.
Listen,
So
I just wanted to,
I just want to read. So we have a city manager, a senior assistant city manager, an assistant city manager, a chief of staff, a senior executive assistant to the city manager, an executive assistant to the city manager, public records specialist, which is great, strategic outreach coordinator, governmental affairs manager. So you changed the name of what we traditionally known as a deputy city manager, and is that going to be equivalent to what the senior person is? And if you have 2 major assistant city managers, what does the chief of staff do? And what, so I'm just trying to clarify who is on first, who's on second, who's the manager is in charge, and then what chief of staff used to be the second person in charge of a person's office. But just so we know the hierarchy, you're going to establish your management team any way you want. That's your prerogative. But just so there's a clarification that it's the manager, is it the senior assistant city manager after that, or the chief of staff? What are their roles?
That would be that, and the chief of staff handles the office and all the other staff. So yes, most of the responsibilities of the assistant city managers and the city managers are to actually supervise over the departments.
Okay.
Those specific departments, and then everything day to day that needs to get done. And in terms of the office itself, the chief of staff is head of that office.
So the chief of staff is the one doing your agendas, your briefings.
And I don't think and this is just me just saying that. And honestly, and I'm making a public announcement. Elected officials had these budget. There are some things, I'm not gonna come here, no grandstanding. This is not what this is. I want to go home now, but we're not. We're going to go through this. However, because this is, and you guys already know me by now. They have a budget. It is what it is. We're going to go through it. I wasn't questioning about if we're going to sit here and go through that. That's not what position. You have access to her, meet with her and find out and ask. And she met with me and this and that. So my questions was on the thing. I thought it's too much, the 7 something, but I'm okay. People are getting, this and this and that, and I'm okay with it. So moving on. So, and everybody could ask the question. I'm just saying, if we're going down there, we have 12, and I'm okay with that because I have done budget meetings where we've gone until 2 a.m. in the morning. That's not the intent, but I think certain things we could ask the administration about it. We have a second budget hearing. We could go. The public has it. They have specific questions. I think we ask them, and I'm not stopping anybody from talking, that please, because I'm not bullying anybody. I'm just making a public announcement. We would be here all night. Even me, because if you watch the past 10 years, I go in, and I am going to do that, but not in terms of there's no hidden agenda or nothing like that, because we got to do this and do what we do.
Okay. Mr. Mayor?
Yes, sir.
Just to follow up on that, and again, as I just said, that the manager gets to establish her own office, her own management staff, because she has to lead the city. However, there's only 2 things that we get to do in this city, is hire and fire the city manager and the city attorney, and approve the budget. And I know I have to answer to the people that elected to me, because I have to answer to them why. They're going to say, why is my street still flooding? Why is my park looking like crap? Why am people speeding on my street? why didn't you get us money? Why aren't you spending the money? That's our responsibility now, tonight, to talk about. We can't come back in a month from now and say to people, we can't help you because it's not in the budget. This is the time that I'm going to ask to make sure that things are in the budget that are important to the community, I believe important to everybody's district, everybody's city, but if there's consensus to it, that's great. If there's not, it's understandable, but and I know you said we're going to ask some questions, and we do need to make sure that the public knows that this is the only time we really set the policy, because this is the money we're going to spend for the next year, and we have to make sure that each individual district is unique and have some unique needs that other districts don't need. And so everybody wants to make sure that they get their fair shake.
Yes, sir.
All right.
And I think, thank you so much,
And we do
Councilman.
reappropriate throughout the year, so it's not like the budget doesn't have amendments.
Sure.
Yeah, and I did not make my comment in terms of you or anyone. I just said in general, yes, that's all right. We could have budget meetings, but there are certain things that you could sit and have it from the administration and just kind of do a summary in terms of that. But by no way, I'm saying anybody cannot X or do any. That was not the intent of that. Thank you so much. Moving on. The clerk's office looks okay. And again, if you go watch, I'm consistent. I just go with the dollar change. That's usually when I X, and I may build up on that. But that's it. The clerk seems 8% change. That's normal because I think in the manager's thing you mentioned the COLA and everything that went up. So just across the board, that's how I've done it, and that's what I'm going to do. Just look at the difference between the two and X questions based on that. Are we good with the clerk? Anything with the clerk, sir?
I have a few questions in there.
Okay, then. May have to.
In terms of page 27, account 104, overtime. I see we have a 5,000. I think this is the first time that we
Which page? Because they don't have 27.
21.
21. Okay.
Page 21.
Okay.
Account 104. So this is the first time why do we have to budget $5,000 for the clerk's office?
We just went and budget $750 for the manager, and you saying 5 for the clerk? Is that what we're saying?
Mayor,
Yes, sir.
Are we doing the budget?
Yes. No. What I'm saying is we could go back and do it.
And I have other questions. So, Mayor, we're just going to see exactly why certain things are there. We're talking about numbers.
I know, because overtime was removed from our
exactly.
office. So we don't have overtime for our staff. So maybe he's asking why is there overtime in one department as opposed to others.
Oh, they the only one with the overtime?
I know they removed it from our office.
How they, wait, that's, I didn't, so what, how they, okay, Madam Clerk, you're the only department with overtime? Is that what
that's one of my questions. And
Councilman, let's get it answered. Let's get it answered.
Okay.
Madam Clerk?
I defer to the personnel director and CFO.
Somebody.
Yes. So
because I didn't know, and I apologize, Councilman, because I didn't.
So
I didn't
this
know
overtime is because she has part-time people who do overtime. That has just been in the budget. That was previously in there. We can address that issue if we need to relook at that. If there's a staffing request, we can look at that and go with your direction through the manager.
Was here last year? Oh, so when did it come in? Is it
It's
new?
been there. No.
Oh.
Maybe they were the only one that didn't get removed. Yeah, sure, they removed mayor council overtime.
Right. So
no, I just said mayor council overtime was
prior
removed.
administration, that overtime in mayor council was removed through prior administration. If we need to bring that back, that we can definitely have that.
I don't think we
So I don't think.
No, but not.
So we want to be fair and consistent.
Yeah.
Is that the request?
No. And also, let's go to page.
Wait. So, Councilman,
Yes, sir.
let's fix it before we go. So what is the thing? I don't think we.
So they're gonna work on it.
Are we gonna work on it? Okay.
Yeah.
So just
work on it.
okay. We good. Okay.
So can you, through you, Mr. Mayor, can you substitute the overtime for 2 more part-time positions so that they cover the workload that they have to do?
That's one is 5,000. I don't think it's 2.
That's
I don't know.
Well, there was already a personnel change.
There's a person
29 people
in the clerk's office.
increase?
Yeah.
They added one.
Yeah, because to me, that we should have a decrease in that office because we
Okay.
don't have to budget money.
We're
for
not going to
election
be here
anymore.
all night. It seems like they
Mayor.
go, yes, sir. No,
Mayor, just Mayor, just You know, we certain things we have to address them, Mayor. No, but
what I'm saying is you addressed it, and what I'm saying to you, Councilman, if we're gonna do this, it's gonna be all night, and I don't like to play games. So if we want to cut it, let's cut it and move on. That's all I'm saying.
No, I'm just making my remarks, and then
Let's
we'll
do
go
it.
after them. That's exactly what I'm
No,
doing.
but what I'm saying is that we don't want to be here all night, and I know how this works. So if we don't like it, and we have the right not to like it, so it's a request. Just cut it.
Yes,
okay,
Mayor.
moving on.
Yeah.
All right, finance.
No, not good.
You're still under clerk.
Mayor, not so fast. Not so fast.
Go ahead.
The next page in my book is page 22, and that is account 318, advertising. Advertising, account 318, in the clerk's office. Last year, the budget was $45,000. As you know, for mayors, for the council, we have $20,000, and then we have resident out there on the street and everything, but it was $45,000 last year, and in this year's budget we have $70,000. Can we explain that increase? Because that is like about that's about 3.5% increase, and what we 2.5% of what we have as a council in here. We moved from 45,000 last year, and this year that account is at 70,000.
Okay, but we that's one. Go ahead.
We'll make a note of the increase, Councilman.
Yeah.
No, but what? If
So
we,
that Madam Clerk, if you would like to speak to that, the advertisement.
Yeah, I mean, we have to advertise the services in our office and a lot of the initiatives that happen. So when it's 45, it's actually limiting, right? We have to do a lot of outreach. We are a passport agency. We have to be able to share that information so that we can bring in revenue. So if we're bringing in, 100,000 plus in revenue, I mean, I do think that it does make sense to be able to do that. In addition, we do have to notice, right, some of the meetings, hearings, and other types of official events, and so it's important for us to have that ability. It is a department. There are events that take place. Those things do have to be advertised. I understand the comparison with you all having, I think you said maybe 20,000?
Yeah.
It's a little different for us too, because we also don't have discretionary, for example. So I think that 70 is pretty fair and actually pretty lean in terms of what we're actually doing with it.
All right.
Thank you.
Again, looking at it, 45 was a lot, but now when we jump to 70, that's something that we need to take a look into it. Before I go on page 23, that I think this is the position that we doubled because last year,
which budget are we in?
Page 20, city clerk.
Okay,
23.
We're gonna go back to
give me a minute. Give me a minute.
No, go ahead.
Give me a minute.
Yes.
Mayor, just give me a minute.
I got you.
Okay.
Now I'm gonna have a question.
Yes. Now, last year, for that line item, we budgeted $56,000, but this year we had $126,000 and some dollars. So it's like more than double. Do we add another? Do we need another interpreter? I don't know exactly what this one is, and that would be my last question for the clerks.
Okay, thank you so much, Madam. Go ahead.
Yes. I'd like to, I guess, when we meet, get the expenditure of what was done for the advertising, and so that I can have a better determination on what to do with that item. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
I'm sorry, that was new for me too. The interpreter services, is that like a contract or is that a person? And so they're here at council meetings interpreting?
Is it two persons or one?
How does that work? I just had a question.
One.
Okay.
Because last year was 56,000, and this year, jumping to 126,000.
Okay.
Mr. Councilman, it's actually $181,000 if you see the bottom. With
Yes.
With the
Yeah, with everything in it.
with everything added
Yes.
to it. So that position costs us $181,000.
That's that's something we need to
one
take
position? What
a
is-
deeper. Yeah, that's something we need to take a deeper look into.
You say, wait a minute, because
Look at page 23.
you say one, and say that again in English. So you say
Page 23.
23 interpreter is 181,453.
181,000.
See,
for
I
that
was gonna
position.
go on the thing of we got to be fair and this and that, but that is a little bit too much. I didn't even look at that because what I do, I looked at the difference, which I mentioned. So now they're going deep into that. Yeah, that is a little. So we'll work on that amount for. So it's one. What is it? Where are we?
Page 23 under the city.
Page 23.
3.
Is $181,000 for.
Oh, that's the total. No,
with
I thought
everything.
it was one person.
Yeah,
Well,
with
that's their
everything.
salary.
I'm
benefits,
sorry, for the
insurance.
record, I would like to clarify, it is two. It is, and I'm getting the positions of the two people in there
Two
at a
interpreters.
full-time.
Oh, okay. So this is
What do you do?
full
So
time.
this is the division of interpreter services. So if it takes two
Okay.
people to run that operation, this is here. If it takes
But-
one person, 4 people, it's just a division.
That,
Are they also
but
providing
again,
translating services? Do they translate documents or anything? I'm just
let's
asking because I saw
Well,
that contract come before to
yeah.
us as well.
that we
So, Madam Clerk, let's just ask the Madam Clerk. What is the interpreter services?
To my understanding, it's actually a misnomer that I've asked about since I arrived here. So it is not, they're not actually interpreters. That is not what they're hired for. It's just always been called that, and I'm not sure what issue it was that it was always this like misnomer of interpreter services.
But that's very
so it existed
misleading.
prior, but it's not an actual service that we use. So we do have, if we know that we need somebody to serve as an interpreter, that is arranged, but it's not, this is not the proper title for the division.
That's well, I'm glad to know that it's not.
So maybe it
because
needs to
it's
be
very
like
weird because they're
contractual.
Their
It needs to be
healthcare
a 318.
benefits, dental, life insurance, workman's compensation. That doesn't make any sense.
So then just
I'm speaking to the CFO. Yeah.
So we'll provide the actual details for it of what their job duties are. I'm gonna put on my personnel hat and
But-
we'll get back to
Thank you. But let me
with
say
that
this.
for clarity.
Go ahead.
Through you, Mayor, to the Madam Clerk, do you know where these people sit at day to day? Do you know who they are or where they're at or where they're located?
Yes, in the office.
In your office. In your office. And what's their main job? What are they doing?
Okay.
Just interpreting.
Let me
the-
just
the-
say,
the
No,
revenue?
so if you look on the, I guess the objectives form, you'll see that 002 is actually City Clerk Administration. And so that is what it should be titled there, but for whatever reason, ever since I came in here, I had the same question as to the name of the division, and it's always just been that. I can't remember what I was told as to why it didn't change or couldn't change. But what you'll see here is that there's the department and then, of course, the City Clerk Administration. You see on page 20?
Sure.
So it's instead of saying interpreter services, it really should say just City Clerk Administration.
Are we done?
Yeah.
We'll provide, we'll get the clarity and give that
Yeah,
back to
please
you.
do, because at the end of the day, we got to be careful also. We cannot have one department that just increased their budget at 700 and something, 28%. We didn't say anything. And we got 8%. We going. So we got to be, the word fair in government, we're here to serve everyone in terms of these are our people. So yes, we may have questions in terms of that, but if we're going to go, I just want us to be fair about.
Mr. Mayor, if you would allow me, I think that a city at the city manager's office with the city clerk's office.
Why not?
in
They both
terms
serve
of-
public.
They are serving the public.
Yeah.
But it's not a
Right.
comparison in my book. It's
Okay, well, that's fine, but what I'm saying is, and we are the steward of everybody's money. Every department has to be treated, when I say fairly, meaning that these people are watching. so we kind of know what's fair. And I'm being very fair. Of course, I have an issue. Can I please finish?
When you finish,
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
because just like I said, in terms of what's happening, yes, I may disagree with the manager, amount, and she gave me her thing, and I said and I move on because she has to operate her office. In the same time, but that's something thousand, whatever that person.
She's operating over 20 departments or several departments, the city administration.
No.
So
I'm not talking
that's
about.
why I'm saying you cannot compare one department to a department that is actually monitoring and managing all other departments. That's not a comparable. That's what I'm saying when you're saying fair.
But that's the city department, so it's not that it's whatever that she does is for our constituents. Whatever she does, I'm assuming, is for our constituent too. So it's equal in my eyes in terms of every employee, everybody. Now, what they get paid, their position, I'm not talking about that. I'm saying in terms of what we just did. We just went. The manager had a proposal, and there's going to be other departments that had 700 and something, whatever that position is. And when I asked my question, I was in question. I just asked, and I thought it was some money for the other things. They said salary. I said okay, and then move on. It is what it is. But that's how she see fit in that department. When I was the clerk, that's the thing. We talked about the 5,000. Okay, whatever we do. But now it's because I'm like, if we even go into question that amount, we need to look at everything in terms of, and I was not trying to do that. So if we want to do that and go, because I don't want it to seem like, okay, we targeting this department or not this department, and we just early in the book. Go ahead. I'm sorry, Councilman.
Yes, Mr. Mayor, I just want to say thank you to you with all due respect. I beg to differ. Yeah. Tonight is not personal. Tonight we are working on the city's budget. We have to take time and look line by line everything that is doing, everything that we're doing in here to make sure that we are aligned with our residents. All right. The key in this budget is for us to make sure that we got the city move forward. We take care of all our departments, but also wherever we can save money to take care of the city, because service should be at the core of our budget. I am going to tell you, soon as I get the book, I went over this thing at least 3 or 4 times. And just for the record, I just don't want anybody to think I'm targeting anybody. If you look at this, all of those are notes that I'm taking, making sure that everything is in place. We have to question the numbers. As Councilman Burns said it, 2 things that we are here to do. First, we're making sure that the city has a budget that is balanced. And second, we have the power to hire and fire both the city manager and the city attorney. So those are basically our job. And I am going to tell you, you'll see as calm and collected that I am. I went to bed this morning at 2 hours in the book, still working, because the last thing I wanted to do is to compare what we had last year versus what we have this year. I understand it's not going to be the same due to tariff and everything. There will be some increase, but also we have to open our eyes and make sure that everything is in place so that we can add more money into service. We have our city, there's a problem in cleaning the city. If we can add more money into parks, into public works, so that our city looks clean every day, those are the things that we need to do. And this is why we're here. We are not targeting any department. That's not the goal. The goal is for us to look at the budget and take time to dive into it, because we need to do it in a way that after, if we got questions from our residents, we know exactly how to answer. So that's not the intention. And I have questions all the way down the road. So if we just go into one into it, so be it. But tonight, I am here to have a nice and clean debate about everything, every dollar, because I even go down and take my calculator, add, multiply, subtract, and divide to see exactly if the numbers make sense. It gotta make sense. So that's what we're doing. We are the clerk. and then we'll go down to the next one and have more questions, and I will have more questions. So it is not, I just don't like the way we use the word fair. We're not talking about fairness in here. We are talking about working to get a budget for the city, and which is one of the duties that we have. We just want to do it in a way that is conducive to exactly what we are called to do in here, and that the reason why we are in office. So that I just want to fix it, because we're not doing that. Targeting somebody, get personal, that's not me, because life is too sweet. So I got
Amen.
better things.
In short.
Thank you very much, man.
Thank you, Councilman. And with that being said, I want to publicly say I have absolutely no request, nothing in the budget, which I have had in previous year. And anybody could ask the manager, and intentionally, I want to support everybody district, and I said whatever that they have, and that's why I go back to the word fair, because in government we have to be bound by fair, because the public trusts us based on are we being fair, just like the gentleman that came here. So yes, we're going to hear that word a lot, and especially now when we've seen that if it's being targeted or what's happening with the current political climate that we have in our country. So that word will always come to make sure that the residents and we have different opinions, but at least their interest is shown. So again, I have absolutely nothing I could care. What one way go with this one. So if I ask something, it's not about me or anything that I want, whatever the case. I had one thing in there. They told me that was not possible a few minutes ago. When I went and talked to the manager, I said, okay, I'm good with that, and move on. That's it. So again, I'm here to do my job as the mayor, as the duty, like Councilman Charles said, we all have one duty, and we don't even have to attend meetings and this, but this is important that we have to legal by law. So it is what it is. We'll do what we do, and we will move on. Thank you, Councilman. And are we good to move on?
Yes, ma'am. Yeah, that was my last question on that. That was for me.
This one's finance. I see finance 49. Oh no, it's one. It's 1%. And like that one, I don't have anything again because it's 1% change. It's $49,000. So anything, any department?
Just question in finance. Do we have enough meter readers are they accurately reading the meters throughout the city?
We have enough meter readers now because we just hired, actually we're hiring another one. But with the cyber incident, our meter reading technology died. So now with the new implementation of Munis, and we got Tektron with the handhelds, we're looking to now go back, and we have already started electronically reading meters, but through the cyber incident, it became, we couldn't even read the meters.
Oh, wow.
Because we didn't have a system to read the meters.
Okay, and you guys now
we
have a system.
Yes.
Enough meter readers and backup meter readers in case.
Backup meter readers, yes.
Okay, just wanted to make sure. Thank you.
Thank you. Yes.
Yes, thank you. For CFO, Mr. Mayor.
Yes, sir. Go ahead, sir.
Now, on finance, page 28 in my book, just want you to take a note of that. Page 28 on my book, I have a question, and I'll address it with you later. Page 28.
28.
Okay. Yeah.
Yes.
I just have the notes, so I can address that.
You will address it?
No, yeah, exactly. No, later. So I just want to want the CFO to take note of it.
Okay.
I'm sorry. One more question for finance. Do you guys budget for mail inserts in the water bill?
We do not. We insert. We budget for the regular postage, but we do not budget for that because that normally comes out of communications.
Yeah, no.
And it goes. We go.
No, the reason why, because I know sometimes we'll insert. You can insert in the utility bill, and I think we probably need to utilize that a little bit more. So there's a note.
Okay, noted. Thank you.
Thank you, city attorney's office again. The big change. Okay, Jeff, I see a big number. What's going on? 176. What is that? $176,000. 176,000. Yes, sir.
We had a personnel
change with when you're bringing everyone up to industry, like the You're leveling up everyone.
No. I need him to answer it, not you.
It is, okay.
He's the department. Who put this together? Was it you or him? Like, who run the department? It's him. Okay, thank you.
So we have, we're making a change. As you know, the paralegal that we had in the office for many years retired. I'm promoting one of the person who currently serves as our assistant, legal assistant. We're moving that to a different title. And we're removing the paralegal position for now until we determine whether we still need a paralegal. So it's just changes in the office, the way we're doing business.
So the 176, is it for, what's the change, one person, or what's the structure that costs $175,000?
I don't know that it's a cost. I don't have a book in front of me, so.
Well, I don't know, sir. You need to get a book, or somebody need to get him a book.
Well, there is a personnel change.
Yeah,
You added one more person, right?
We added one position in there.
It was a new
Changed
position
one
that was
and we
added.
Transitioned.
Is it legal office administrator?
Legal operations.
There was an additional position,
Legal
and there's additional cost for the health and FRS and all that. That was added additionally.
So again, he's 176, she's whatever. So we got to do that when we can. Okay, so we got that a question mark. Thank you, sir. Personnel. If there's anything else with anything else, we're good.
Yep.
Okay, personnel.
Answer my question.
Personnel is I don't have. Well, wait a minute now. 200,000 change. So what are we doing?
That's a new position added, right?
Also no.
Most of the change in personnel has to deal with some operating expenses. So with some wellness initiatives for employees and some things like that, that's some parts of that.
So, okay, so that 200,000, because I know we just took 5,000 from the clerk for advertising, for whatever that might be. So are we saying that we're going to prioritize 200,000 for personnel and then the public? So how is that? No, but we moved 5,000 from there.
No, that's
in terms of that. So I'm just making that note. So the 200,000 is personnel and some other operational costs, is my understanding?
Operational costs.
Okay, but it is a personnel change as well, or no?
No.
Okay, so how did they get to 200? The wellness is how much? Let's break it down.
There's a personnel change
That's
plus
one
the
position.
cost related to that position, plus some operational costs. So it's actually split kind of in terms of.
Madam
which ones are
Manager, I'm
increased.
okay with that, but it was just when I'm okay with, I can't say I'm okay with that, and then I'm questioning a $2,000 or 20, just doing the comparison. So that was my point. Okay, so we good with that. I'm okay. IT? They are one change, so it's a part-time, and I was expecting them to be a little bit higher.
No, IT got all the money last year with
so
the cyber.
Madam Manager, so are we good with them in, like, they're not coming back in the middle of the year and ask for a whole bunch of, so this addresses all of their questions in terms of IT needs for the next fiscal year.
It should. My understanding is that there's been a lot of investment in the cyber. In fact,
$1 million.
they've had
The
additional
director, yes.
positions, and so this should be
Yes.
appropriate
How
and
much did that
accurate for
cyber
what we
incident
need.
cost us? Do we
Mr.
know?
Man,
Do we know the financial impact of the cyber incident? Was it about $1 million and some change?
It's more. It's like 6 and change.
Huh?
It's about 6 and change.
Claude, how you doing? You okay?
We spent 1.6 on internet.
Yes, sir. My question real quick. If you can introduce yourself and I'll go ahead, Claude.
Claude Charles, IT Director for the city.
Thank you, sir. So we okay with that, but my question was, are you anticipating, obviously we're not talking about anything bad happen, but are you anticipating in your mind and your staff that there would be a decent, I won't say a big change, or something that would be coming in the middle of the year? We're not talking about any unplanned stuff, but anything that you could think of that's not here. You should be good.
Currently, the funding that we received has been
Awesome. Thank you, sir.
sufficient.
Any other
no,
questions?
yeah, quickly on that, personnel, is it 13 or 14 for IT?
It's 13 full-time and 1 part-time.
On that, so that Okay, so that make it a total of 14.
Correct.
Yeah, 14 is not 13.
No, this is full-time is 13 here.
On the bottom on page 62 says total number of employees 14.
14, yeah. But in here, when you look at
On the bottom on page
yeah,
62,
exactly.
we'll correct that.
24, 25, it was 13. And
Oh,
then,
that
yeah.
only compares full-time employees.
Full timers. Okay.
Yes.
Okay then. All right. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Police. Now, you could look at the percentage change, but you got to look at the dollar amount here. 1.6 million. What is the big change? So last year they were at 30. So
That
is it a
PBA?
decrease? Because, yeah.
The PBA contracts that we just voted.
Okay. I didn't know. I'm assuming that, but yeah.
Yeah, it was like
Think
about a
that- yeah, I know,
$1.6
right.
million impact.
Zero, that's right.
Good evening, Mayor and Council.
Good evening. Chief, is the explanation, I think Vice Mayor mentioned something, but I kind of suspected, but I want to confirm and have it on the record. So there's a change of 1.6 million to the police department. Can you give us the breakdown of that?
Yes, most of which comes from the contractual bargaining agreement.
How much?
Pension.
What's the amount that comes from there?
I would have to get the exact amount from
Please
the
do
PBA
so, and
contract.
Let us know.
Okay.
How many? 1.5 million?
$1 million.
About $1 million? Okay. Okay, about $1 million.
Okay. In addition to that would be pension increases, vehicle maintenance increases, and general liability increases.
Makes sense. Thank you so much, ma'am.
And how many new officers are accounted in this budget?
2.
2, okay.
That's not a lot.
And yes, Madam CFO.
Remember that the DOJ funding at the federal level, that's also still pending, even though we were awarded. We didn't receive the funding yet, so that is in the budget as well. So that
Well,
also
I think we need to
constitutes that.
address that, and we cannot hold our breath on that. We know what's happening in DC, and we know we're not getting no money. So, I mean, how much is it?
So it would have been $125,000 per officer, which is 5.
Oh, so it's 500,000. So,
Yes.
Does that mean that?
725,000.
Okay, but does that mean that we have to? Is it a reimbursement? So, it would have been a reimbursement.
That right now, because we don't have any guarantee, and that the 5 that was there, they were already put in as new. That was that, but we took on the cost. So that's the cost that we're taking without the grant at this moment.
So that would be, and I'm just saying this because we know what's happening at the federal partners. So just in case, if they decide not to send us that money, so we would be 700,000. That would be coming from the general fund.
It already is. It's already there, and that's why the number is 2 for
Got
this
it.
year.
So we would be
because
okay.
Right, we would be fine. We just did 2 this year because we went through the other 5 that were unfunded yet. We didn't get any grant.
All right, thank you, Chief. Thank you.
And
Yes,
the
sir.
quick question: if we get the money, the reimbursement comes back, will you consider hiring more officers within this calendar year?
I don't know if it would be within this calendar year, but we would propose it for the next one.
Next year.
Okay.
Okay. But wait, why would they? Oh, if it's a reimbursement, if yeah, that's a big if. But wouldn't it mean that she took it from somewhere else?
Right, she already did.
Right, so we already took it, we
what
took it
I'm
from
saying.
somewhere else, so if we do 5 and then 2, that's still adding more if I do another one, so that's still
Yeah, that's what
taking
I'm
you
saying.
past
So-
that. So then it would be
Okay.
for the next year, so we're trying to stay more conservative, adding them each a year, as opposed to adding and not having any payment for it.
Okay, thank you.
Then I have a quick question. It's technical.
Yes, sir.
On page 78, Madam CFO, if you look at on that page, the personnel change. So I'm looking.
That's -1 in
2025,
that chief's
2026.
office specifically.
Okay.
So that's the command staff.
Okay.
So it's different from the police overall number. So the overall number is still up, but the sections, so each of these break down into sections, so it tells you what you have in each section.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
I have one more question. Chief, what's the anticipation retirement and attrition? How many officers you think you may lose this year?
I really can't predict that because we don't have a drop program per se. But I can tell you that year over year, it's about anywhere between 2 and 4.
Okay.
But we haven't had any recently, right?
Yeah, we've had some people to retire and
Okay.
separate from the department. Yes.
No, I feel like at one point it was like every week. That's why I said recently I haven't seen a notice.
Well, it's gonna probably ramped up with ICE hiring folks.
No, but they got a new contract, so some may want to stay longer.
With that contract.
CP&D, I like that, but I know
it's a change.
Yeah, I know I don't need to be too happy. It's probably a move of something. So in their thing, they went down. So Debbie, you probably don't even need to come here. Yes, man. So that's a good thing, unless we have any questions. So just for the public to know, folks who may not have a chance to read the budget.
I have a question on that.
Yes, sir. They went from, they're proposing 1.5 million. They were 1.9. I'm assuming they separate the department changing. So I just happen to like it because it's negative. It was down.
Yeah.
So that's good. Yes, Councilman.
Yeah. My question is on page 29 of my book. No, it's
129?
128
Okay.
of my book. It's 120 because I have another book and the pages kind of changed. Account 211, annexation. I see last year we budgeted 75,000 for annexation, and this year again we have that in the budget. But I know the county put a stop on annexation. Why do we need to budget $75,000 for annexation when we cannot do anything?
That's an excellent question. I think that's a leftover that we did not intend to carry over to this year.
Councilman, I
So,
think that's
hold on a
75
second.
for you. I'll take that 75 for you. I have somewhere to put it.
No, I mean,
I think that's 75 for me. Yeah.
I'd like to answer that. The 75 here is that still at the time, even though they've put a hold on it and it's not like a complete stop, we may do studies to be prepared if it does open back up. And
Is that right?
It's kind of that. Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Because that was my intent last year, and I had to push the brake.
Well, you can do different research, but we can't submit something.
We cannot
So that's it. So we probably more than likely won't use that entire amount,
yeah.
but to and not be able to do campaigns to do the vote, but you can use some to do some research on that.
Well, I'm glad to hear that because there's been areas that I've been asking to annex or to prepare in my district. For example, on my block, there's one house at the end that's actually belongs to Miami-Dade County, and the house next to that doesn't make sense. Across the street between District 3 and District 4, there's Donut Hole. Between 147th Street, so there are a couple of areas that I think that we can better serve the community, especially for public safety. So I'm glad to hear about these funds.
I have a question also, but going on to that, on 119th Street, between, I think, 2nd and Miami Avenue, there's like 3 houses on the north side that are in the county.
Wow.
Everything else is
where?
On the 119th Street.
In what area?
Between this is going to be Miami Avenue to Northwest 2nd Avenue. There's 3 houses in there.
Yeah, that's the
county.
the whole section. I think.
So
Yeah,
it's a
between
jigsaw
that
right in there.
yeah.
I have a question. So now CP&D is going to be its own department, and then building is going to be its separate department, correct?
Isn't
Yes.
CP&D always the department?
No,
Yes.
we've changed. That's another topic but
Because we're going to now, and so my question is going to come, how does that affect the enterprise fund? How does it affect that money? Because the building department pays for itself and generates money and has a hefty bank account. So how does that affect us, Madam Manager or our CFO?
So it's not the enterprise fund, it's the special revenue fund. And there are allowed transfers into the general fund for whatever services the people in the general that get funded in the general fund provide. So we still get the support from the special revenue fund. It was always split like that, even though it was together. So does it?
And there's always positions that, even if it's in the building fund, you can't just say, I'm going to charge it to the building fund. So in fact, this is actually the cleanest way to deal with your building fund.
Okay.
We good? Anyone else?
Because they've done a good job generating money and getting the permit fees and impact fees and getting those plans approved. So
Any other
thank you.
question, Councilman? Okay, now, public work. This budget, Angel, I'm just throwing it out there. It's, however it's put together, it's a little bit, it used to be in order, and I thought, so in alphabetical order with the departments. Oh, the number. So the budget would not be, it's not ABC order anymore. Oh, Lord, okay. No problem. So Public Works, oh my God, that's, they good. So we good with Public Works, sir.
No, I have questions in Public Works. I'm sorry.
Yes, there are questions.
Yeah, sorry.
Your money is good.
I know we talked about traffic calming traffic calming devices, and I know we're waiting for our study to be approved in the county before we can build any traffic calming devices. But how much in this budget are we budgeting for traffic calming devices? I think, yeah. Is that the one that you told me?
Yeah, we're expecting to have this in the surtax fund.
The surtax,
transportation, so that we can do the traffic calming devices. We don't know what the cost is right now. I think I put it, the idea is about 400,000.
Okay.
But once we have the plan back approved and can price out, then we'll look to see what's the needs are.
And do we know roughly, well, I know how much a traffic circle costs, because Lord knows, we're going through it right now in San Souci. But how much do traffic calming, whether it's the lights, the speed bumps, do you have like a general cost, like how much they cost?
Good evening, Mayor, Council, Carrot Fiddler, Public Works Director through the manager. Really, it just depends on the type of traffic calming that you do, whether it's traffic circle, speed humps. We know how much a traffic circle costs, so it really just depends.
But the speed humps, how much do those normally cost?
I mean, if you do it out of asphalt, you're talking about maybe $5,000 or something like that. So it really just depends the width, the type of material you have, removable type speed humps as well too. So it really just depends on the type of traffic calming that you're putting in.
Okay, no, I just kind of wanted to like get that range, because if we're budgeting 400,000, when we're not gonna go put speed bump on everybody's street, but
correct.
I know we have this our ground zero safety action plan that's being implemented right now.
Yes.
Another question that I have is for landscaping. I know we had a hefty discussion on landscaping and requesting additional litter pickup, requesting additional services in certain areas. I don't know if, I know I haven't seen that contract going back out for bid, or I'm not sure what's going to happen with that one, but I know right now we still have Country Bill. But did we increase them in this budget?
Yes, currently what we have right now is $494,000. We're currently paying Country Bill $340,000.
You said 494,000?
Yes, ma'am.
And then you said we're currently paying 300,000.
340.
So we're looking, when we do put that out for bid, we're going to be increasing the services and including the areas that we stated that
That's
from
correct.
that meeting. Okay.
I have a quick question.
Me too.
Oh, go ahead. You first.
Yes.
Okay, I'll let the others take.
Right, thank you. Thank you, Mr. Public Works Director. I'd like to know, what is the dollar amount that we've put aside for drainage improvement?
So right now for stormwater, we have in our CIP, we've asked for about $1 million. Yeah.
Okay. And also, I know we're talking about landscaping. Thank you for bringing that up, Vice Mayor. But irrigation, are there dollars? Because some of the roundabouts that we have throughout the city, the irrigation system is not functioning, and so that's, causing our landscaping to look terrible. So are there dollars, and can you tell me what those dollars that are set aside for irrigation, please?
As far as irrigation, we don't have an actual line item for irrigation, but we do have a line item for the maintenance of the right-of-way landscaping. So that's something that we would probably, take out of that to address any irrigation issues.
And how much is set aside, and is there going to be enough?
So right now, for our right-of-way, we've asked for right-of-way improvements, about $500,000, but we have other areas that we have traffic, as far as traffic calming and not traffic calming, but the maintenance of our traffic circles as well too. So I can get you an exact amount, probably about.
What was the expenditure last year?
I don't have that available right now.
So I would like to address the right-of-way questions. We do have about $700,000 in the budget. You can look in page 133, and it'll give you that operational cost.
And that's for the entire city, right?
So there are, and Madam Manager, maybe you want to speak to this about the right-of-ways where some live in parks, some live in public works, and your direction there. So there's two separate things going on.
Thank you.
Yeah, there's one of the things that we've had in terms of public works and parks is that so many things, some things sit in public works and some sit in parks. So right now what we're working on doing is kind of going through a comprehensive review so that we can be very clear about what will stay in public works and what will stay in parks. They had been using the same people and some of the same equipment. We want to separate that out so that it's very clear. So if it's right away, it's public works. And if it's a parks, it's parks. And that way some of the work that we need, landscaping and tree trimming, can be very clear where it is, where it sits, and where the resources are going to go.
May I, Mr. Mayor?
Yes, sir.
Yes, thank you. Glad you addressed that because now when we're talking about right-of-way improvement, so what exactly is that part? Because
right-of-way improvements.
Yeah. So what does that cover?
So right-of-way improvements can be new sidewalks. It can be, we do have money for resurfacing, of course. It could be adding, landscaping. So anything in a right-of-way that improves, walkability, vehicular movement throughout the city on our streets. So it can be a various amount of things when it comes.
Does that also include our swell?
Yes.
Because that's one of the major problems that we are having. Soil beautification, it is a big problem with the city, especially in District 4. Now it's raining, you have a lot of places, if you go, just big pothole and everything, water sitting there for 2-3 days. That is something that you need to open up your eyes on. We need to address that, and we need to have money, make sure that we...
Councilman, if I may, I actually agree, but can you propose an amount and then we just...
Yes, I will, Mr.
So
Mayor.
it's 250? No, because what's going to happen...
What is this for?
Yeah, this is the sidewalk. We got to tell them those numbers because what's going to happen, if not we, until 2 a.m., because they're going to have to balance the budget. So it's balanced now. So if you're thinking of a number...
No, I'm just making the point, and then they go and work on it. That's all I'm doing. Because I have
Madam Manager, is it?
List.
Do you want us to? Is it if we? What would work good? So they would come back and give us.
No, but on the second budget. But Mr. Mayor, is like public works and parks. Those are the two departments that.
No. I agree with you. I'm saying if you have a number, if you say to him, at least they'll know. Okay, we want 300,000 more for. Whatever the case is,
that's exactly where I'm heading.
Okay.
Last year, my ask for street resurfacing for District 4 was $300,000, and I don't know exactly what happened. I think the money was not in the budget, so we come to realize that we are one family. We're not gonna fight over that. But what I would like to see, because the only as far as street resurfacing in District 4 for this fiscal year is just 120. It was 119 to 125th Street, the east side, because the county did the west side while they were running their pipes. And then when they finished, they resurfaced that part. And then we basically covered the other half. That was it for District 4. And if you recall at the budget meeting, this is one of the area that we have a lot of questions from our residents. We need money for street resurfacing. And adding to that, in March, I think March or April 2024, we had a company came out, did a terrible job in resurfacing 100 Northwest 10th Avenue from 119 to 135th and 127th from Northwest 7th Avenue to 17th Avenue. They didn't even take care of the traffic circles. They just skipped that, and it is so ugly. It's like a big, it's like a big patch. You just leave. It is so ugly. And then I remember taking Mr. Friedler out there, and then we look at it, and the conversation was that we are going to take care of it in this fiscal year. Did not happen. Those are things that I would like to see because this is our centennial. The city got to be beautiful. The city got to be beautiful, and we need your help in this area. Yes, Mr.
Just
Mayor.
ask me now. Yeah.
And,
after him,
okay.
go ahead.
And I want to clarify for Councilwoman, the question you asked about the medians, traffic circles, we have 235,000 currently budgeted.
Enough, or
Yes.
you want that increase, or?
Yeah.
Okay, so hold on, Councilman Burns, you go next. Madam Manager, is it, so his request is, can we get an additional 300,000 in that, for that? Do you have enough, Madam Manager, for that? Oh,
Mr. Mayor, may I
Yes,
say
yes,
something
ma'am.
before
Yes.
the manager? I think it's wise that we go through the entire book first, then we'll know what, so that we can better balance it, and then and then we'll
and
have
we can-
another opportunity in the second hearing. Really, you know, I think now, I think it's best if we have a conversation. The administration hears and understand. They will speak with us, and then after that, on the 25th is when you really get to the nitty gritty.
But that's what I'm trying to do. Where on the 25th we come in.
No,
that,
but
no.
but it's not that we won't like.
don't address them today,
But we have to
nobody-
go through all
they will
the
not know.
sections
Listen,
so that we see.
Exactly.
If I
No.
take- If we
I agree. No, but that's on them, though. What we usually do, so that folks will know. They need direction. They need clear direction. So for us to say that we're going to leave it to them, so that means that I won't know what's talking unless she tell me whenever, so the public won't know. So if, and I already have one texting me now. What about the, so what I'm saying is, he said he wants 300,000. So normally, what we normally do, we would say, okay, and then the manager and the finance, they work it out. If they could cut whatever, you know, they'll, but at least we know. And then on because he's saying he X'd last year, so there might be something. So if it's 300,000, they're going to have to balance it. But we need to be transparent. How is it being balanced? Or is, you have something, Madam?
Yes, Mayor, if I may. I'm sorry.
No, well, administration, I mean, we're open to whichever way.
I'm okay with.
We can look at it. We're hearing what they want, what you want to do increase for, or what you want to have decrease for. We can have those conversations, and we put them in and look and see what's there to balance.
Or
if there's a specific amount, if there's a specific amount stated, then understand because we are balanced, that means that specific amount needs to be reduced by that number. So it is easier to work through what you're looking for, and then we can figure it out. But if you do stated numbers, then we just look for the. Yes.
What was it for?
Here's-
300 for?
It was for
Here,
Right away? Okay.
what we're this
Swells? I just wanted to
We're
clarify.
talking about the swell.
The swell,
and
infrastructure.
traffic circle.
Okay, Councilman Burns, and then I think Vice President.
this is how Public Works has, from my understanding, from what I've been
Thank you, Doc. Thank you, Pastor.
a few months about asphalting, curving, and so forth. Each district was allocated $100,000 for asphalting and $125,000 for curbing or flip. Asphalting $125,000, curbing $100,000. I still have the asphalting in my budget, which I hope that on September 30th, you snooze it or lose it. I hope that $100,000 rolls over to whatever. So because the administrations wasn't able to get any of these streets in District 1 asphalted, we now lost out on $100,000 worth of improvement that was budgeted due to the fact of where on the bottom level of the vendor that were not a priority for them. And by that I know fact from having a conversation with them. The issue I have is us as council people, we're in our district walking every day. We know, yes, we might have 10 streets in each district that are horrible, but we can only afford to do 3. I want to be able to say these 3 streets are the priority for my constituents because of the traffic, the people, the schools, whatever it may be, even though they pass the muster with the public works that they need to be done. But it's not our fault as council members that you can't get the vendor to come out and spend the money. We have the money. We know where the need is. We need the work done. And I think it's flawed in the contract that we have. I've gone back and forth on that contract, and that we are down on the totem pole for that particular contractor. We're paying the same amount of money as the money we piggybacked on other vendors. I mean, we piggybacked off of Dania Beach, just to let you all know.
We piggyback, yes.
Dania Beach is a priority. Miami Beach is a priority. When they get time, they will come to North Miami when they get time, even though we're paying the same amount of money. I don't think that's fair. Now, my district, a couple other districts who didn't get their money spent, are now losing out $100,000.
What is that? Hold on. You said something. I wanted some clarification.
I'm sorry, but I'm just.
No, go ahead.
Because I'm not sure exactly which one
Yeah, I
you're
don't know.
speaking of. So in terms of the monies that you had, there is a set that was given. You would have spent $62,000, although we're finding it from a different source of money, though. So that part that was there, so you're getting some of your money spent there. So that just wanted to clarify that part. And one of the reasons why this time it's all together is because what's happened is, we were having a mishap on which funds to spend, and we want to make sure that that doesn't happen anymore. And secondly, when the split comes, while it sounds good it sounds good here, the issue becomes
district by district. I'm sorry. One year we said that it looked crazy doing one street.
And that was
said we would take the money and just put it all. Okay, if this year is District 1, this year is District
right. And so that's the thing, because when you split it, we don't have the impact, and that is one of the issues. So in this budget, they're put together so that you actually have the impact and you can see something's happening for the entire city. When we've split,
So
you
what
get
does,
one.
wait, go back.
Well,
So,
the reason the councils...
hold on, Councilman, hold on.
Okay, the reason the councils...
Sorry,
split it-
hold on.
Go ahead.
I'm just trying to clarify. So you saying that the split that we have now, it's going to be in terms of it's citywide.
Right, and so there was a split of like specific funds.
No.
Yeah.
I'm good with that.
Yeah.
My question is, do you have like where we would know? And I think we talked about that would be the best thing, where you do it district by district to make sure it's fair. That word again, but we got to use it. So how would the only thing that I would ask, and I think that's even a better thing, where we would know, you would say we're going to start this district. People would know, because the text that I'm getting is, is the administration going to look out for me because I'm not in somebody's district? So I don't want any resident out there. We are doing what we do. So if you say District 2, District 4, District 1, so people will know, okay, I'm in line, or whatever the case is, and they wouldn't feel like, because
So when we had changed originally, when I was here, we had put it that way, and then there was an actual running list, and so you knew when yours was going to be done.
Yes.
And that is what we're trying to get back to. So then these are sets that need to get done, but and so during that year, we have that set, what's supposed to happen. So it might mean that somebody's doesn't happen in this one, but where it is, and then we have the impact.
Again,
so
as
that's
long as
what
it's
we are
fair, we good.
working.
Well, in the past, 20 years. It was not, 10 years ago, 10 years ago, 8 years ago, councils felt it wasn't fair that one district would get $400,000 worth of repairs. And I don't know the dollar amount.
Yeah.
And 2-3 other districts would go without any repairs for 2-3 years. And so the previous councils decided that at a minimum, we need to have a small amount. It came out of the half-cents penny tax or gas tax, whatever it was. It wasn't coming wherever it was coming from. And that made sure that some areas, because if we had $50 million, we couldn't do every street that needs to be done in this city over the next 10 years. And to tell somebody in your particular district that you're not going to get this horrible street done for 5 more years, they're going to look at you like you're crazy. And that's the issue that previous councils have had. And so at least you get it was $125,000, but they have money and other right-of-way funds for that, and it's not all in one pot that's taking care of stuff, but it's not in one pot. There's the half-cents penny tax, the transportation. They've got right-of-way, 2 or 3 different right-of-way accounts that I'm trying to read, and gets very confusing. And curbing. There's curbing that's busted up everywhere. I don't trust that my particular district is going to get a fair share.
No. Hold on.
It hasn't in the past.
Well, that's the past. But we can't.
It was last year. I think we should have at least at a minimum that we know each is going to be spent in each district. And then if there's other crucial, if we get
let me ask you this.
Let me say a sample, 100,000 for each of us base. And then Mr. Charles was saying, listen, I have this one particular area. I had put in a request for an additional $100,000 for each district so that they could have a little bit of a substance. But now, our District 1 lost out on $120,000.
No. When you say, please, I know, but Kevin, we got to stop. We have to stop.
So can I just say one thing on that part?
Yes.
Is that if we do it by the way that we look at all of them, there is a grading to look at which ones are the worst ones. And so there is a process towards that. But even,
Madam Manager, even on that note, he said something, and we got to address these things when it's due. And I think we got to be mindful because word matters. You are an elected official who are sitting here, and I am the mayor, and we all are elected officials. I don't think nobody, and I mean nobody, despite if they don't like you, they don't like me, or they don't like her, whatever the case is, will come in a budget meeting for you to say what you said. I think we got to take that back. I don't think no one would. They may not like you or may not like me, which I get and the public get. But when we talk about the people, you talking about the whole district that we would. Like the administration will be against you. Is what are you saying? Let's be clear,
Mayor. If
I'm just saying, you'll get some districts will get much more because the person need, as opposed to not even the minimum. At least if there's a minimum that we can set, 100,000 minimum each district, and then if a particular district needs an enhancement with some additional work, I'm fine with that, or the minimum, which is 125, and then a particular district needs an extra 200,000 because something was so bad, go for it, go do it and get it done. But at least there's a minimum amount being done in everybody's district, so that you
what I would say
your people. And it's
when you say when you say your people, what does that mean? Your people, they all are people.
The residents, no, but the
but they
residents
all
of the district know that they're getting at least a fair share of the resources.
Yes,
Mayor, if I may, because I know Councilman is new, but at the same time he's going back some years ago. What I think Public Works is trying to say is that when we did 125th Street, for instance, on Northeast 8th Avenue, I think that project was like 200,000, and it didn't make a huge impact because you guys weren't even able to go all the way to West Dixie. I think, Councilman, what you may need to do, which I will say I was successfully getting it done, is working with our other partners, i.e. the county. I think for the first time in 20 years, the county, Marlene Bastien, got us some infrastructure dollars to improve sidewalks, to improve streets on Northeast 10th Avenue, because those are county roads. Not every road belongs to the city, and not every road we can get to. So I think we just have to find creative ways, which, we have been looking, but I do think the approach of, hey, if District 4 has the huge potholes, we had like 3 settlements in that area, because, people are falling, we need to address that area.
Absolutely.
So my thing is, I think if we're going, I think the district by district approach works because you didn't see the greater impact. And at one point, I want to say inside Keystone, the entire streets were repaved. This is prior to you, of course, but every district is being addressed as such. And I think and I commend Public Works for how they've been doing it. Is not to say that it's not getting done. I think what the manager also tried to state for your money is that the project that was completed incorrectly had to use that funding source. So it's not to say that it's not getting done, but that's where your funding had to go through.
There's two funding sources, the curbing and gutter, which is the money that the walkway was going to come out of, not the asphalting of the street. I have the example. On 135th Street, I get the calls. We've had the vendor out there measuring it, but it's too small of a job. And so of 150 feet, that's ridiculous that our contractor can't do 150 feet of asphalting among other stuff. So I'm saying is that every district should have a minimum, and then the other areas that need enhancement, I'm all for giving enhancement to other priorities. But every district is going to have a minimum, keep it to 125, and then enhance the areas. Because what may not make an impact, not every street needs 500 feet from 125th to 125th to 125th. Some avenues only need 2 blocks done. Some streets don't need completely. And I'm not going to pay, I don't want us paving over county roads. Let the county do that. But they've got the budget process issues that we have. All I'm saying is that every council person has to have a minimum of curbing and asphalting right-of-way improvements done in the district as a baseline. And then the areas, again, I don't want to repeat myself, that need enhancement, I'm all for that. And I don't think anybody would oppose that.
I'm not in agreement with that, the first part, but that's just me.
Yes. To address that point, Councilman, I think it's fair enough to know you have to be able to read the room. So you're not getting that money in that term. However, no. However, what I would ask the administration, because what I'm concerned about, what you said about, I would not, and I would ever think I would ever want to be there in North Miami. So I would ask, and you made your point very clearly. You have a list. Are you going to share it with us? So
I
we
just
know,
have
or
two
you
more
just
questions
gonna-
for Public Works.
No, once I'm done, and I'll let you go, Vice Mayor. But I would ask, Madam Manager, because I hear the concern, and I don't want that to be a reality. I want that to be only councilmen, concerned that we are addressing these fairly. I think that's the underline, and that's why I did not pick anything. I want to make sure that at least, I'm making sure that every district is being addressed and when I don't see it, I will call it out and do what needs to be done. But let's give her a chance. You said you needed, if you have specific, and what I would do, if they call me, I call the people to call her, because I'm busy. So hey, I had the request, whatever they said, the police and that, I'll text the police chief and then the manager, whatever, let them deal with it. So if she's hearing the people, then that's a different thing. But so I would say give the administration, you made your point, they said that they heard it, and then this is for the district.
And it's the same thing on the calming devices. We had money in each district for the calming devices, but we can't install them now. Even the inexpensive ones that are $5,000 to $10,000, the portable ones, not the portable ones, but the black ones that we installed in-house. You guys did a very nice one, I believe, on 139th Street between 14th and 16th. Great. It was about $15,000 or so that you guys did in-house a couple years ago. There's cheaper, there's less inexpensive. Was a very nice one, and they're going anywhere from $7,500 to $20,000 or more. And those simple ones that can be installed aren't getting installed. But again, we're going to lose this money this year. It's not going to roll over. And we've lost out on that funding.
When you say we're going to lose it,
I don't think that that's clear, and I want to be clear about a couple things.
Please.
I don't think there's anyone that can say that you haven't been treated professionally. So I want to be very clear about that, and that all the needs have been asked, even when they're.
No, I don't think they mentioned.
But secondly, I will say, when it comes to those projects, if you haven't done that and it comes from a specific fund, like for instance, transportation, what I'm saying is we're not splitting it up by district, but there is money still to do the work that needs to be done for the asphalting. If there is a list and there's a priority list and you give that list, we are working on getting those projects completed. So it's not a loss. It's not correct to say we lost the money out, because there was a fund for that. And that fund is something that comes to us by a set of revenue every year. So at some point you have to do something with that revenue, even if it's not spent that year. So the difference from this year and from the year that we're in currently and the year that we're budgeting for right now, which is the 25-26 year, is that there's still money in the fund available to do those projects. They weren't completed in the original fiscal year, but they can be completed in this year.
But, Madam Manager, if the fund was not encumbered for a project, it goes back into the pot. If you had encumbered it for a project, then that money is going to stay for that project, whether it's completed next January or whenever it gets completed. But because it's not encumbered for a particular project, you take that money that was allocated to a particular district, and it's now back into the general mix of the pot. It is no longer for use where it was designated for this last year. All I'm saying is we, in District 1, we were not able to encumber those funds because of things out of our control, even though we identified some of the needs. And I don't want to belabor this, but there's a lot of money out there and that is not getting on the street. It needs to hit.
When you say money, where?
That's been allocated, but it's going to go back over. Because
Right. If you just, it can be done in this year. If you submit the project, it can be done in this upcoming budget. So there's nothing stopping it.
Yeah.
There's nothing that's taken away. We are one city, and it's all here. And if you list your project is there. And specifically, even when it's been split, there wasn't really a designation of which project besides saying, today I want to go do this and want to do that. And so this year, we are going to take in the request, and we're going to try to push them forward. So it's not going to take away from there.
You do have the list, you do have the estimates that were requested, you got the estimates, but the work's not going to get done.
No.
So the list was made.
Mr. Mayor, if I may, Mr. Mayor.
I was next.
One
Sorry.
second,
Let me just go
Councilman,
ask my
Vice
two questions.
Mayor, and then yes,
Yeah,
please. Right.
because we'll be here forever. Lighting, as it relates to additional funding for lighting, where are we? I know I received requests for light poles, for maybe different types of light poles.
So we work with FPL when it comes to putting in lighting. We haven't paid, for a new light pole in probably about 4 years. So we'll just work with FPL. If there's areas that need to be that you want to request lighting, we'll go out, we'll assess it. We meet with FPL on a monthly basis now.
Okay.
So if you have areas, just through the manager, get that to her, and then we'll work with FPL regarding installing light poles.
And then my last question: the Winston Water Plant rehab, was that job completed? The money that we received from the state, but I remember it wasn't.
No, the job was not completed.
Oh, so that's on. Okay. That's another question.
Go ahead, sir.
I have two. They will be quick. One of them. One of which was no. There were three, and then now down to two because one of them was lighting with because we truly need to do some work. Since I came in, right there, Northwest 2nd Avenue, if you just drive down, you will see all these lights are out, either yellow or completely out. Took me 2 nights to write down about 181 of them were out, and then I had to sit down and put them one by one into length towers provided by FPNL. They fixed some, but still, Northwest 2nd Avenue still in the dark. So that is one thing that I wanted to address. And then if you go down to page 142, account 317, at the very bottom, 125th Street Light Project Maintenance. And what is that?
The 317 account, that's what we actually pay our bills from.
Oh, okay.
FPL.
But the one that said maintenance at the bottom.
Yeah. You're on page. Your page may be different. But if it's
142.
Okay. So if it's 317, that's the one that we pay our
okay.
yes.
Okay. Now my last question is one that I've been waiting for. Tree trimming. Tree trimming. Is there any plan, like I'm talking about real solid plan, not just provide me with one address and everything? Do we have a citywide tree trimming plan for this budget year?
As far as a plan, we don't, but what we do is we do have money allocated for tree trimming, which is $100,000. Every year we do budget $100,000 to do tree trimming. We are working with our sustainability person and DSD as well, as far as looking at trees in the city, our canopy, what needs to be done as far as addressing trees. But right now we don't have a tree trimming overall city plan. We do have areas that we go out, we assess the trees, but we do allocate $100,000 a year to trim trees.
$100,000 a year to trim trees.
Yes, sir.
I'm not going back to the old day. As the Bible said, all things are new. I am not going back into it, but I'll leave it right there. But my point is that simple. We need to have a plan for tree trimming because it is getting out of hand, and we have a lot of complaints. Not only the complaints, you can drive and see it. We need to do something with them trees. They cannot just be staying like that and just keep on praying God, nothing will happen. So we need to clean them, and some of them are like hopping over residence yards and everything, and we have a lot of complaints about tree trimming. So we need we need to have a plan. I know we are very good at studying and everything, but aside from the study that will be going on and on and on, we need to have a plan, something that we'll follow. If we're going to do X amount this year, X amount next year, and then we move on, at least our residents will see that we are working. This is a conversation that we've been having time after time after time, but we need to get this moving because the trees, they will not be able to trim themselves, so we need to have a plan for them. Okay. That was my last point.
Mr. Mayor, if last year, I believe you budgeted $100,000 for tree trimming, and just a couple council meetings, we came back and gave an additional $150,000 because, I mean, $50,000 additional, so that's $150,000. Why would we not start back at, if $100,000 wasn't enough last year, and then we had to come back for $50,000 because they blew through that $100,000 very quickly? Why would we not start out at a minimum of $150,000 this year, if not even possibly increasing that to $200,000, so that we start making the impact that people want to see of trees throughout the whole city? Because I know the councilman didn't believe that enough trees got cut in that district or not pruned enough. Other areas may have gotten it. So I would think, just if you already spent $150,000, why would we not even just start out at $150,000 this year with that increase? Because you already know what you needed this previous year, and it still wasn't enough.
Fair point. We will consider that for the second budget hearing.
Okay.
Thank you. And just your point.
I would. Well, I don't know dollars, but $200,000. You
exactly.
know, if you spent $150 and the trees are growing even more, I would. Conversation-wise,
and Councilman Burns, the reason why I said, you know, I'm just moving to the new territory and then not getting into the old thing, because there was, prior to you coming here, so we have something else that happened with that tree trimming. It was a long discussion, and then I think now that's the reason why I'm telling you now this is the proper time for us to plan and see exactly what we're going to do. Once we get started, we'll be moving, and then we just keep on doing what we're supposed to do, because it is not hard. Once you have a plan, you work on that plan, but you do need to have a plan. So let's work on it and make it happen. Thank you. Vice Mayor, you're in charge.
Y'all ready for a vote?
No, move on to budget.
All right, where are we at? Are we done with Public Works? Thank you.
When we do additional right-of-ways or some other stuff, that's under Public Works. Will he come back? Oh, yeah, okay.
All right, Budget Office. Any questions for the Budget Department? I will move this thing along. All right, Parks and Rec.
All right.
See a $2 million change here. I'm sure that's the centennial.
So one second on the Budget Department. Since the mayor's not here, the 42% increase, or increase $245,000.
I know we added the budget director back, right? Because we didn't have a budget director, which
That's
was crazy.
correct.
Okay, thank
So the budget director last year wasn't a funded position?
No.
No.
Okay. Thank you.
Parks and Rec. It starts in Park. Do we have a Parks director?
No.
Cricket.
Oh, she's right. John.
John's here.
Actually, I have a lot of questions for Park.
Yeah.
Try to see how I can help out.
Yeah.
But mainly the change in parks, a big bulk of it has to do with the centennial that we're planning for next year. There's some youth initiative and activities and some operational changes that's factored in this change. For the
You're adding
year.
2 assistant Parks director?
One.
But it says 2.
There was one already.
Oh, now there's another one. Okay.
Yes.
Oh.
We're in the Parks Department now.
Yeah, we're
Your favorite department, Councilman?
Yes.
It went up, Madam Manager. And Christine not here, it went up? Is it the centennial?
I have a few.
That's a significant portion of
I
the
have a few
increase.
questions for
I don't have
Parks.
any questions, but go ahead, sir.
The first one is Sasopol. First year that I came in here, we had $140,000 in the budget to do some renovation at Sasopol. at some point I was told that they started the work over there, but nothing has been done. Last year, budgeted $70,000. We didn't spend not even a dime. And if you go now to Sasopol, you look at the ceiling. The ceiling is a mess. The main entrance is like you are in a third world country. You go to the locker room. It is it's like a whole mess. The kids' pool been out for years. The floor with all the pavers, some of them are peeling off, and it is a hot mess. My question to Parks: do we have a plan this year to do some upgrades, some real work at Sasopol? Because I know $70,000 that you have budgeted for Sasopol will not even get us halfway.
We're going to look to identify in capital for that, because the renovations that need to be there are significant. So that would be a capital project. One of the things we are looking into right now, specifically, we had the issue come up during budget town hall regarding the actual pool that's being used right now. And we're looking to try to see how to resurface it. So we're now trying to get the pricing for resurfacing. But it is planned to be part of our CIP.
Okay. No, thank you. I'll skip Sunkist since we have a conversation about Sunkist. Madam Manager, I'll just skip Sunkist, which is another problem. I'll just go straight down to Judson. What is happening at Judson? The only thing that we have at Judson, aside from the field in the center, is the playground where kids can come out and play. Since I came in, the playground has been out of use. It is the same. They just wrap up all the equipment and kids cannot go in there and play. And yesterday, I almost got charged by a resident because I was there taking some pictures so that I can come and have a better conversation on Judson. That's one part, and I'll just add the second part. Second part for Judson, do we have someone from Parks working there?
I'll get you an answer to that.
Because the reason is that we keep on getting calls from the resident. Either they never close the park, just open 24 hours, or they have it closed. We need to call somebody to open it up. So that's the reason why I'm asking. Those are things that we need to be addressed, and then see if we can help out on that end. Because first, the playground is a problem. We need to get that fixed. We need to fix it because this is a place that the kids can go and have fun. They don't have that luxury, so we need to work on that and fix it. And also, we need to make sure that we have somebody in place that the park is open from sunrise to sunset. We cannot have parks open 24/7. It's the same with the gates at Sunkist. They just keep them open. You go 1, 2 in the morning, you got people hanging out over at the parks. That's a problem. Then I will move quickly to Pepper Park. It is so funny. I was watching a first budget hearing of I think it was fiscal year 2016-2017, and Mayor Desome was the councilman, and Councilman Galvin was the vice mayor, and then they come to Pepper Park in the restrooms, and councilman at that time was like, we need to fix them restrooms because they are not something that we can that represent our city. They're so bad. I'm talking about 2016-2017. Vice Mayor Galvin said we need to knock. I am not gonna say everything that he said. We need to knock that building down. That was 2016-2017, and now we're on 2025. If you go to the Pepper Park, it is exactly the same, if not worse. So do we have a plan for those restrooms? Because this is a park.
We'll get a plan together, and by the time we come back, we'll have something for you, Councilman.
Okay.
To answer the question in terms of Judson, there is somebody that works at Judson.
Yeah, I'm just putting it out there. My last point on parks, Pepper Parks and any other parks, do we have a set of time, like every 2 weeks we clean the parks that we're supposed to? Do we have something like that? Do we have a schedule? Because this is kind of getting out of hand. I would say I'll use Pepper Park for that instance because I'm at Pepper Park all the time. It's like when it comes to parks, this is where we can get beauty in the city, because our parks is a place that people come and hang out and walk around, jogging and everything. It has to be clean. For some reason, Pepper Parks has been neglected, and we need help on that end. So I know I'm not going to get all the answers. I just want to put it out there so that we can start working and have a plan to keep those parks clean. And for that matter, I'll just give credit to our administration and city manager. When we had the business expo, and it was like 2 days before the business expo, and I was walking around the park. It was so bad, and I called the city manager. I said, seems like there's something we did not say. We're going to have such a big event, and the park is that bad. I will tell you, parks, it was not outsourcing. Parks, they went in there and did a great job. So we can do it. We can do it. I think we need direction. So that's the reason why I'm putting it out there, so that at least if we say that we're going to clean the park every 3 weeks, so be it. So we need to have a schedule, and also we need to have. I've seen it around the city, so we need to have people, pick up, people will later. That's one thing, and probably adding some more trash can to help out, but because it looks bad on all of us when you go around that park. It is that dirty, and I'll just stop there.
Yes, sir. Go ahead, Councilwoman.
Thank you so much. So just for the record and for the residents, Cagney Park North, is there money in the budget for our project for Cagney Park North?
Is this the phase two?
Phase one?
Are you talking about phase two?
Well,
or phase one?
Phase one.
Well, then we have
it's a capital project, so it was budgeted at 17.5 million.
Okay, just want to make sure. Buccaneer Park, that's in District 3. It's a linear park. It's not even listed in our parks section. Maybe I'm missing it, but I've went through the book. I've not seen, so I want to know what's the maintenance, what is put out to maintain Buccaneer Park, which is located at 690 Northeast 145th Street. So I'd like to see that. Councilman Pierre Franchal mentioned that we need to watch our parks from sunset to sunrise. I realize that we don't have notifications about that in some of our parks, that it's from sunset to sunrise. So I'd like to make sure that there's signage for that. Also, talk about the cleanliness. I'm going to talk about Griffin Park. This is a park that I actually walk almost every morning, and at one point I asked parks, they tell me they clean it every other day or 3 times. That's not sufficient. That is a park where there's a lot of traffic, whether people are riding the bus, especially by the bus station. Talk about tree trimming. There's a tree there that I think needs attention, and it has some seeds that it leaves, and it's really slippery. So that I want to just bring that to concerns. I just want to make sure that happens. And I think I addressed all of my parks. Bree Swept, we need the covering for our park. A lot of residents have asked about that, and the bathrooms that needs to be added in Bree Swept because we don't have bathrooms there. A bathroom there. And that's all that I have on parks for now.
Councilwoman, I have not a follow-up, but in terms of what you said, is it possible, Madam Manager, or parks could address this? The other day, I was passing by the park, and I saw, if I was not mistaken, I know the kids, the after-school kids used it, but it was like we had given permission, and that might be an answer to that. And I said I was going to ask I was an extra manager. I totally forgot until you mentioned it. Like there was like adult playing football or soccer. I'm like, whoa. We usually have the kids and so that part, yeah.
There's like 100 people out there.
Yeah, it was
Which
like
park?
so,
Griffin.
the Griffin. So I don't know if Park changed that.
Right. So,
Yeah, if I could, so
Sure.
Cagney South
Okay.
was being restarted. There was,
Oh,
they
okay.
added seeds there so the grass can grow.
That-
So the Jaguars, they temporarily were playing at Griffin Park.
Well, that's why that grass, you playing on that grass.
Yeah, so they-
it looked, you could tell when you drive by the grass, you could tell something is different in what the councilwoman was saying, because that used to be the drill, because, so I don't know, but it kind of looked a little bit, but now I know why.
Yeah, they were supposed to be there for a short period of time.
Okay,
but
no,
then when
no,
they planted the seeds, the grass wasn't growing.
Yeah.
And they ended up being there a little bit longer, but they're back to Cagney South now.
I need to mention another thing. There is the fountain there that it's falling apart at Griffin. It's falling apart, literally falling apart. So just wanted to bring that.
You have one more?
Yeah, I'm done with parks for now.
Anyone you done,
No,
Councilman?
I haven't even started.
And Jennifer, what? Oh,
Okay.
Parks you haven't? Okay.
And Councilwoman, I brought that up about bicentennial fountain is 50 years old this year. And I did speak to the manager, and she was going to address it. And also the bell tower that we when we tore down the schools and tore down the monuments, we relocated it there. It is in disrepair, rusting. Believe it or not, that there was a computer, and you could program music to chime for the holidays or a particular time of day if you wanted the clock to ring or play a particular song. And it was custom made for us. And actually the bell was actually poured on place inside the park. And we had about 400 people out there partaking in that when we relocated the Veterans Monument to Griffin's Park from where the high school is now. Again, the bicentennial fountain definitely needs upgrading, like she had said. I have a couple areas of concern. Most of them I have spoken to the manager about. I made some requests. I'm going to tell you, I'm going to get to it. The easy ones are the what people have been asking for constantly is the Arch Creek Preserve. We have the invasives, but we also have some solar lighting pillars out there that are not working anymore, and we really need to enhance that, especially if there's an attempt in the near future to open that road, that we can say that we have maintained this preserve as an active working preserve.
Oh my God.
We need, the city just has gone out there and has cleaned up some graffiti. They're doing some work out there, but it still needs invasives. Unfortunately, we only have about $20,000 there. The manager said she's going to look for some more money to remove some of the Australian pines, which are enhancing the overall rehab of that. The trees are too big for the volunteer groups to get. My next one is it doesn't.
How much was the first one that you said? There's no amount, or you
The
told
amount
me?
I had submitted to the manager was $100,000 for Arch Creek Preserve.
Okay, Arch Creek.
And the budget, I believe it's pending at $20,000.
No, okay. So wait,
Okay.
you said you had 100 for Arch Creek. Okay.
Arch Creek Preserve. And then the Keystone Point Rehab Center, a dollar amount. I'm going to let staff determine what it needs.
When you say Keystone Point, what do you mean?
Keystone Point Community Center, where they
Oh.
have summer camps.
Okay.
That building has windows that should really be upgraded to impact. The bathrooms need to be upgraded. The same.
All of our buildings in the city.
Every facility we have in this city.
Did we get the study completed?
And
I'm sorry, the Parks Master Plan study, was that completed?
No, that's in delay. We don't
all of our
expect to get it for
crucial
about
needs.
9 months. And I'm just trying to get a little bit of clarity, because I know we talked about invasives, and we said that you wanted to put more towards Enchanted Forest
correct.
instead of Arch Creek.
Correct.
So then
But
that
Enchanted
money
Forest
was
is being
put
funded by the
toward
CRA.
Enchanted.
Yeah.
So
No.
you're now saying?
No, I'm just
Okay.
asking for additional, if we can, because of the need is so great, but asking for additional money if there's out there. Yes, you worked with me to get more money for Enchanted because of the need, and the CRA is only doing a fraction of it compared to what really needs to be done. So, but at Keystone Tot Lot, the physical building itself, windows, bathrooms, courts, and again, and I've stressed to the management is that all of our parks buildings, every park has had deferred maintenance for years. Before you came the first time, after you left, it's just deferred maintenance, and that should be the priority of really looking at the buildings and the pool and so forth that the other council members spoke about of the neglect and the deferred maintenance. It's catching up with us today. The courts, the other thing was we were talking about asphalting for Enchanted Forest, where that money's going to come from. But that came in just to asphalt Enchanted Forest. It's $283,000, but we don't have that money right now. But we could definitely redo the driveway in a couple of the massive deficient areas within the park. And that other money that we have allocated can't be spent within the park. So Enchanted Forest, the invasive plant removal, the vine, as the speakers came up and said, are killing the oak trees out there. The manager has worked with me to put money in there, and so hope that gets done. The 2 pavilions, a year and a half that the roof hasn't been done. I hope that I know you said that you're going to get that taken care of.
I had already asked that, and it was with Christine before the manager hit. I was told that there's money there, and so I think that's like a mute.
Yeah, yeah, it's been there, so it's just got to get done. It hasn't gotten done in 16 months, and so that's it.
Didn't they get money for the state for Keystone?
Let me just say, that's this. I'm going to save the bleacher issue on later on in the budget, Madam Manager.
Okay.
Is that right?
I understand we're talking about, I'm going to be clear. I don't think we need to be going this over at 10 o'clock. I don't plan to do that. So I'm just letting you know. I know we're putting things online, but it's not making sense. You say some requests, so it's 8 o'clock. So talk about it now while you have it so she'll know.
Okay.
The bleachers.
A couple of the playground pieces of equipment within the Keystone Tot Lot, just like other playgrounds, need several pieces of equipment to be replaced at the discretion of the city staff, but we need to allocate money there because it does need to be done. As far as that's all I need for the parks, other than I'm not bringing up the stadium at this. Do you want to have that conversation right now about the stadium, or you want to have it under
sir,
parks?
Whatever you want.
All right,
this is parks.
Okay. Does the stadium come under parks?
It's listed.
Yes.
Stadium.
Yes.
Athletic stadium.
Okay. So, as we know.
Is it budgeted? No. The bleachers? 200,000.
Okay.
Okay.
Let's talk about the bleachers. 6.5 years ago. Right?
Commissioner, we know, honestly, I'm going to say this. No, hold on one second. I already said we know the whole story. I don't think it means anything as a representative. We know. So tell us and then let her, because she just got here. So we're going to say what we need.
Okay.
And you say, and I'm going to support you 100% because I don't have nothing in the budget. So I want to be fair to make sure when I ask the manager, what is this district? Because I'm representing everybody.
Okay.
So yes, sir.
All right. Let me go. But if you don't know where you came from, you're going to.
No, I understand, but we know where we came from with that one. Yes.
The city entered a contract 6.5 years ago, almost 7 years ago, to have it done. We have no bleachers. The bleachers we had were removed. We just settled and paid $1.2 million total over the last 6 years and got nothing but a piece of concrete. We walked away. We no longer have that contractor. We paid out the cost to the vendor was about $1.2 million between everything that was done, and all we got was a concrete slab on the vendor's side, the visitor side of that stadium. Now we're asking for the bleachers to be replaced. And when the coach came here, this council said, we support you, coach, because North Miami Senior High School and ATM have to go to Miami-Dade College and spend almost $3,000-4,000 for buses because they can't play at their home field. And it's costing them money. And we're in violation of our interlocal agreement with the Miami-Dade County School Board that we were going to do it. So now I just heard that we're paying going to propose $200,000 toward the replacement bleachers. I requested $1.2 million because that's what we just paid out or spent and got nothing. We have a couple temporary benches out there, yet we're telling everybody, telling all the coaches, telling everybody that we want to replace the bleachers. I hope, and I'm working with other private groups to maybe get a funder or name sponsor or so forth, but that's not here. But if we don't put money in the budget, and if we're not serious about the bleachers and making the schools correct, making our facility correct, it was a beautiful stadium. It had totally been redone in 2008, and then it ran into disrepair, is what we do. We do deferred maintenance constantly year after year, and then it comes back, and now it costs us much more. And you can repeat that on every single facility we have in this city. Councilman, your air conditioner, Joe Sells' building, emergency expense because it caught on fire, blew up, and now look at the mess we're in. So I'm saying these bleachers are very important. It's a stadium. We're missing out on revenue. We're missing out on other tournaments and FIFA coming. We're going to miss that boat of them hosting minor things at that stadium. But
Let me ask you a question,
don't even bother putting the $200,000 in, because it's not going to get us anything. Maybe a little bit. I don't even know if it's going to get us the home side slab, but it's disappointing that after 6.5 years, and we just passed away $1.2 million that's gone, that we now are here. And it went through 4 managers, and we even paid out over $350,000 as little as 2 years ago.
Okay,
okay, so that's what gets frustrating.
No, it's frustrating
that
for
6 years. Yeah. 6 years for that. A year and a half, 2 years for shelters at Enchanted Forest. That it repeat throughout.
Councilman, I understand your frustration.
4 years for one storm
Yes.
drain, so it takes time.
Storm drain, same thing.
I'm just saying it took you 4 years, but that's what government. It takes time. Like, we can't just build things overnight. So I think we just have to. If this council is going to make it a priority to spend 1.2 million, well, hey, if that's what
is that the amount? Because she was asking the amount, because I've heard different amount. My whole thing
1.2 million.
Is that what it? Yeah,
Isn't there just also one company that does
1.2 million was paid out.
Yes.
But we need to go back, find a new vendor, probably have to do a design, and still work out and negotiate. And just for the record, it has not been ended yet. The contract, that's something that's still being worked out, but we have paid that amount. So how much it might cost, we don't know, because it depends on whether or not we were charged correctly in the first place. So we are going through that process. And so that's where we are.
And is it my understanding that there's only one vendor that can do bleachers?
So there's very few, but the one that we had the issue with is one of the major vendors that also other subcontractors or other vendors usually use as a subcontractor. So that is part of it. So the timing, when it comes to a capital project, if it's not, the whole thing's not budgeted in that year, it might be because we're not going to get to that phase of it that year. I don't know where we're going to get to. If we get to an earlier phase, then we would look at some possible one-time revenues in order to continue with the project.
Okay, for clarification, there's numerous vendors, and what happened is the contract originally was $700,000. 6.5 years ago, inflation, and that's the excuse the current vendor was telling us. We decided that numerous managers wanted to cut bait with that person because they were not performing. So I visited the company, plus they came, that vendor came here in this chamber and sat with the city attorneys, the building departments, the parks department. Everybody had a powwow, and everybody was pointing fingers about whose fault it was for the delay, why it was delayed. He claimed that he had built the bleachers.
I remember we already hashed this out in the retreat.
But the public doesn't know why they don't have bleachers, but we spent $1.2
They know.
million.
Yeah, they probably don't know.
The issue is that there are companies that have installed in Florida. If you go online, you'll see about
wait, hold on.
The dollar amount is about right now.
Hold on, Madam Manager. Hold on. I honestly think this is budget, but we know. I mean, anybody could just drive. You know that we don't have no bleachers, and it's been a year. So how it happened and all that, it's good. So
6 years.
whatever the amount of years. So I would say, let the administration come and assess and see where we are.
3
and
questions,
kind of move it.
Mayor. I don't have that much questions.
Go ahead. Yes,
Alrighty.
Vice Mayor, and then
I'll take that one out. The track at Catney Park, is it budgeted or no? I know we talked about the tracks, Mr. Thornhill.
No, we don't have, that has not been in part of any of the plans for a track at the Cagney Park.
At Catney Park. Oh, yeah, Catney Park South, I'm sorry. But I know that that's a track and field that they've been emailing. The kids are looking to see what we can do there. Alfred Brasade, I would like to see where that is in the park study. I know it's a park that's over 20 years that needs to be redone, but I know that that's going to be a future project that'll take some years. Did you guys talk about the current Catney Park that's taking place and that project, and is it fully funded?
yes, that's a capital project.
Why are you asking all
Yeah,
the
okay.
questions?
Is it fully funded?
It is fully funded for what the price was when we did the contract. So understand there have been change orders. We expect there may be continual change orders. So we may have to look for money for overruns, cost overruns.
Do we have an estimation? Or
As of now, from the last change order that I received, it's about $1 million over.
What?
Well, you know the price of construction. You start with one.
Wait
price.
a minute. No. But we know the price. Because I've been trying to redo my house, but you're talking about $1 million over the price that we said that.
I thought it was an at-risk contract.
So we got
Well,
Cagney, and now we have the bleachers. So we had $2 million.
But was that contract not an at-risk contract?
I did not negotiate the contract, so I can't answer to that.
Okay. Jeff?
I can only tell you, I just signed the last 2 from the month that I've been here. I got 2 change orders, and when and that number right now, without a pending change order, is about $1 million over.
Okay. Usually they'll give a good explanation of why the change order or something they couldn't anticipate.
I've only seen
So
2
far.
change orders. One is a design flaw. The second is based on lead requirements. The other 2, I did not see them because I wasn't here, and I do believe there's a pending that I don't have full information for at this time.
Okay. And
So
did
if we can, I'm sorry, because
Right, I'm
yeah,
sorry.
if we can ensure that we're maybe getting, in addition to our quarterly updates, maybe we need to do a bi-monthly update on Catney so that we're getting updates, because I know that project is currently going on right now. And in terms of compliance, ensuring, how many contractors were they able to hire local? Do we have anyone giving us any status updates about maybe the jobs? Did they fulfill all the jobs? Is there still job openings that residents may be able to take advantage of?
We don't currently have any information of that sort, but we're going to look into it.
Thank you. That's it for me.
A question on the Cagney Park North, that's next to the high school. If you look at if you refer back to the interlocal agreement with the school board, there's a clauses in there about maintenance and shared costs. The school board may be on the hook for the field also, and the track, part of the shared costs with the city. It was part of our interlocal agreements when that was negotiated. So it's worth looking at.
Are we done? That's my concern, not concern, but every year because of the lump sum and how it is. So we are in non-departmental, which actually my concern was when I looked at the changes, it's actually good. I do have one question. I do see under page 250, which is the supplemental page, I see a new organization that wasn't funded, well, 2 that's being funded this year. Extended Hand and
Yeah, no, we're moving them as a CBO, and I'm listing them here.
That's what I'm doing.
Extended Hand. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh, and they were listed in another section. They were listed in Clyde, Judson, but we moved them
That's
from
right,
that.
I didn't say-
Mm-hmm.
And then the
Just the Jewish communities
oh.
services.
I thought, okay,
They
so,
do the senior meals.
I think, so is this what the seniors, you guys were saying it's not in
Yes.
here, it's in here, is that?
I think they're requesting more because of the cut funding. But
How much more is it? You
Mike
gotta give us
McDermott,
numbers.
So it was increased from 57,750
Yeah.
to 80,000.
Yeah, but.
And I believe there was a public comment
So what's
for an
the
increase.
request? Yeah, what was the
what
request?
was the request, Mike?
Mike, you met with the manager and told the manager? Yes, sir.
No.
No
I haven't had a chance to meet with the manager yet, no.
So what's the request?
Well, for instance, just the transportation services.
Mike, just the number. What's the number, Mike? Do you know?
You would like to go to 115, is it?
Well, we'd like, if we can include everything what
Well-
they cut, I'd say 200.
Mike, no. We ain't doing that tonight. We ain't giving out I think you were stick with her with the 115. Say yes and keep going.
Mr. Mayor.
Yes, sir.
Quick question. Several years ago, the city councils, and you were on the council, councilwoman was on the council. For many years, the senior citizens were always funded at 125.
Along with Powell.
Okay, yeah.
Along with Powell. And then it was
And then we went down.
it was cut back to 57. I had put a
You got it.
request in to restore it back to the
Not you. Okay, Kevin, send me for the city. So,
125 for Mike.
got it.
They just found out that their buses was cut, and that's
Well,
50,000.
listen, our buses are cut too, so we can't help everybody. So are we okay with the 125 if we can't help the
No, they can.
Yeah.
I think, Mayor, they can work that. The manager got to look at the
Sorry,
numbers
Mayor,
and see
there
exactly
is
what
one
we're
that
gonna
I
do.
wanted to add
So
here.
take notes and then
let's
we'll
just-
move from
yeah,
there.
Well, no, I just wanted to put this on record because I did have the conversation with the manager today. I know there's there's a total amount that we would normally raise through ticket sales to give to the utility assistance fund. And so since I think if we're
Would that
looking
be
for
from here or?
I think you can list it here because it's a nonprofit, correct? So she said it would have to go here. So I wanted to bring that up to you all because I think anywhere between 50 and 60 is what we would budget for the utility assistance fund, where the ticket sales revenues. So if that's not
Let me
happening,
ask you this,
I just want to make sure that we can.
You still over the water? What's the, I don't think, and I'm just saying this, and I appreciate the councilman, we have a serious problem. And Mike, thank you. You could say, we will get you some more money, the vice mayor said. Mike, thank you, sir.
Oh.
We have a serious concern we need to keep in mind, especially with what's happening, and I mentioned it before, with the political climate. So we have to be extremely, and this is the first year I'm saying this, we got to be extremely careful because in building that reserve and making sure that we are using our money appropriately, because if a hurricane happens now, and I've gotten this from several people, we on our own. So this thing we thinking FEMA and this and that, they're like, what? They might be closed. So we got it seriously. And then we talking about a budget where we got to take care of people. So that's why I said it's hard. And that water fund, it's every year. And I don't know if I'm the only one, but it's like they all coming to me and they coming from every district. And it was not District 2, but District 1.
I have been in my district.
No, it's always been your District 3 and 4. But 1, there's a need out there. And we could sit here and we could do everything that we want to do, which is fine. And in our conscience, we may think we did it right. But we got to, and I appreciate what the vice mayor said, we got to put these people.
Yeah. Would you like to put 100 there, Mayor?
Whatever you guys want. I'm just saying it because we ain't doing it. And I said it, I'm not doing no me fest, or whatever they want to do. But I know they've been calling them.
They're getting a rate increase October 1st.
Oh, don't let me.
Well, it's every year, right?
If they call Madam Manager, I know, and I will send them to you. I'm just. But
so I would like to make a request for Councilman said 125.
Yes,
Are you trying to make any other?
I'm adding. Yeah,
we were trying.
Are you making any other change on this list?
Oh, any other?
Well, do we need to cut some? Because I don't mind cutting.
No, they'll balance it. They got money. We
got to balance it. And
money, right?
No,
one.
They just got 2.5.
One.
The money that I got then.
What? Who?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no. So somebody said someone asked for more money, and I'm like, no, we should be spending money.
No, we
You
should
got
be
money.
okay, but we got to be mindful. And I know Mocha's back there, but Councilwoman, go ahead.
Mocha's not on this.
I was saying no. I know Mocha's back here. It's next. But
Well, I
okay,
know, like
so
the chamber got like what 2.5 million from
which
the
chamber?
with Dave Burney. Yeah.
Dave, you got no.
Or 1.5,
That's another
yeah,
thing I wanted to address, but I was gonna do it in CI. Madam Manager, they did, and Dave came to me, Dave and Marsha, I don't know, a couple months ago, and they said something about, because I know, and I thought that thing was either approved or done. So remember, Councilwoman, when they wanted to do the thing at Griffin, and I think they end up having Griffins with the Powell kids, because now they at, where are they now, the Powell? Are they still like Guemagolas?
No, I'm not going.
They've been evicted as of a couple of days ago. The building shut down.
Okay, so where are
In the
they
community room
now?
at the police department.
Okay, so what they did, they went out, because when he came to me and something, so he went out and secured a loan, and they need 150 to fix up the old, what's that building?
The JC building.
The JC building.
They got a loan for 250,000.
Yeah, I think those are
150.
Yeah, we got to help out the kids.
400,000.
So, Madam Manager, I don't know if
No,
we
they're in the
can.
community room at the.
So what's in the JC building right now? The
There's
JC
nobody-
building.
I don't think it's
They
good.
started the renovation.
They cannot go in there.
Stop.
I know.
Hello. Hi.
No, Dave, we're not. Dave, we're trying to help you, so don't, please, don't worry. We try. Yes, thank you, sir. Thank you. So I think if we find in our hearts and Dave is ready,
PALS? Are we talking specifically PALS? Is that what
I
you're
think
saying?
so.
Kids?
Yeah, yeah.
PALS.
Look,
Okay.
they'll figure it out. Dave, we okay.
The
Talk
Powell
to the
JCC
manager.
building,
But
the balance of the renovation.
Madam Manager, I did tell him just make sure that they secured their part, and their part was 250, and I think they said they got a letter, and so at least those kids, they do what they do. And Dave, you the chairman of Michael. Oh, okay. Thank you, Dave. Thank you for your service.
So on the senior citizens, what did we say about feeding them?
No.
We have
Councilwoman-
115.
Yeah, she
Well,
said
what?
she.
15?
115.
Good.
Okay, 115. And then the councilwoman had asked for 125, or I suggested 125 for the water.
Yeah, they heard that.
We're
We're
okay.
ready to move on. Thank
was that
you,
100?
guys. Thank you. Now, Mocha.
100%.
Mocha's good.
Okay.
You good. You good. Any questions for Mocha?
Quickly, we're talking about the the utility bill that we always
The utility assistance fund.
Help the
That's to help the
Yeah,
residents.
when the residents have an issue, they
125.
120.
I know it's coming. I know.
Joe.
They're gonna be calling.
Okay.
I know.
So
Well, if your bill is about I think the voucher is what, 350 or
No,
or
it's
is it
500, right?
One time a year.
And let me
One
tell
time a
you,
year.
Lifetime or
these people.
One time-
No, one time a year. And let me tell you, because there's not a lot of people who actually know. So you have those people, they are fenced. But
about 300
seriously, I walk into a lady house, she said, you don't know what you guys did for me, because I would not be able to feed my kids or do anything because of that little thing. So when you hear that, you're like, okay, God, thank God I know I'm elected. And I'm good. So whatever else we do, I just think that with them.
300.
Because when they go, they fill out the pay. And I would ask everybody on here, please ask them for a report of these people who are coming so we could see it's seriously out there, and it's about to get worse.
And the Waste Pro penalty fees, where are they going? The Waste Pro penalty fee
wait a minute.
for missed pickups, and I thought did we redirect that to the utility assistance?
Wait a
fund?
minute.
No. Oh,
Yeah, wait. She has a point, because a couple years ago,
they were supposed to.
wait, and I think we need manager for you to check this. I remember, and I forgot. Thank you for reminding me. There was a group that came here, and I'll tell you who. I think it may be Redwood, but I can't remember. There's a commitment. So are they making their money to the pantry? And wasn't the utility in there when
there was? Yeah.
So are they paying, or they're not doing their contract?
If I may, so
Yes, sir.
I think what Vice Mayor is referencing is the penalties.
No, I
What
know,
you're
but
referring to is
But it
part of-
jogged his
that's good
memories that
too.
we do have a contractual
contract.
agreement. I think it is with Redwood. They're supposed to give.
I
you.
I
think
don't
it's
think it's Redwood.
I think
with
it's
the
Redwood
project
and
in
somebody
District
else.
2,
You're right.
So
in your district, the
Was it the White House? No.
No,
the White
no,
House,
no.
the one across
Bayshore.
Bayshore. I think.
Manners
I-
Bay.
Yeah, they-
Manners.
them too.
They
too.
also committed to
They
doing
did.
transportation, to paying for freebie, and a couple of things. When I inquired, I believe that there's a litigation, so.
Yeah, no,
But yeah.
okay, so, but Redwood, so there should be something to help out these folks, because it's getting bad. Thank you. Will you- yes, sir.
Yeah, if I may, Mayor, just
Mhm.
on that utility altogether, we as a city. Oh, thank you. On that utility altogether, we as a city need to
Mayor,
have a real conversation.
So back to, I'm sorry, my
Because
original question was
basically,
with the-
moving it that way is just putting a band-aid in a wound that
That's
need
exactly-
major surgery. So we as a city need to have a real conversation about the utility building. I'll tell you on a given day, if I receive 15 calls from residents, 12 out of that
Oh, yeah.
15 is about that utility bill. So we as a city need to have a real conversation, not trying to put a band-aid on it, but a real deep conversation. Hopefully after the budget season, we can just go on and start looking for real solution that
Real money.
that would last. And that would be my
Thank
2
you,
cents.
Councilman. Yes, Vice Mayor.
No, what I was asking for staff is to maybe have the waste. I thought it was already implemented, but apparently it's not. But Waste Pro, the penalty fees should be redirected as well back to
agree.
well, maybe a portion back to the utility assistance fund, or cleanups. Like Councilman said, I don't know if it goes to cleanup or code or for illegal dumping. But do we know roughly how much we get back in those penalty fees? Because they sure do miss a lot of pickup.
And you know what, Vice Mayor, they too also committed. We got to check that, John.
So,
Yeah, that's your people.
so if we're talking about the community benefits,
Yeah.
we received that check. So part of the community.
So does it go to to the pantry and to this thing to help the people?
So of the community benefits, there's $50,000 that comes specific towards that. Vice Mayor is referring to the penalties that's assessed to Waste Pro for not picking up.
It will be additional, though. That's what she was saying.
Yeah, that's separate from the community benefit. So when they don't pick up, there's a mechanism after a certain number of complaints, they're assessed the penalty, they write a check to the city, and that goes to the general.
Yeah, her question was how much is approximately, because it's based on their
It's based off of
Fluctuates.
Yeah, it fluctuates. It's
So
not a
what's
set
the
amount.
average for the last 3 years? Is it 50,000 we get? Is it 20?
So there's been 12,000,
Oh, okay.
39,000, 5,000. It
Okay,
varies.
fluctuates. Okay.
So you're saying about
I can
100?
give you an average.
What I'm-
Just give me a second. I'm looking at that.
Right. What I'm
looking it up.
hearing, though, the request is that those fees are directed to the utility.
Yeah, I hear that.
What
I'm
she's
just
saying.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Right now, finance gets the check and it goes to the general fund. So if the ask is that those funds go to the utility fund, then
Just tell them make out the
agree
check.
with that.
I do.
I agree with the councilwoman that it should go to the utility fund, but also at the same time, also to beef up the clean team, take some of that money, if you agree, councilwoman, that some of those penalty, since it's found money, go to the utility fund and the clean team to enhance it, because
No,
we have so
that's
much.
hold on, Kevin.
dumping
But that's
to help-
two different,
help out with that.
Councilman. That's two different thing. I think we will address it in that, but we do have a crisis, like the councilman said, and I think that the issue that we are having. People, the amount of money they're making now, even if they retired, everything has gone up, and this and this and that. So, and they're cutting SNAP benefits from some of these people. So now they are finding our pantry is being the thing that separate them, the source that separate them from going hungry to that. So we are actually doing something, and I appreciate that. At least we're keeping water for people who are seniors and stuff to do that. So I appreciate that. Thank you so much. We'll do what we do. Okay, are we good to go?
All right, motion on the budget? No?
No.
Oh, no, not yet?
I would if it was up to me, we would have been done. But we're going. Okay, code, and I know it's been.
We got Mocha?
And then, but code is 280,000. What is that big amount for? And Mocha was good. We good with Mocha. Mocha been good. Yeah, Mocha's fine. So, Madam Manager, code. Who is code?
Not a personnel change.
Hello, Madam Manager, code enforcement.
There's a change?
No, it's just the amount that's 281. They actually, it's not too bad, but is that salary
No, cool.
or
It's
there's no
correct.
change in personnel? So I'm assuming, is that just the regular?
Yeah, operating expenses.
Okay.
Is the just a question, is there a sanitation manager, or does Waste Pro contribute to any of that? I know they used to contribute to the person that would follow around the trucks to make sure they were in compliance. I thought it was a sanitation.
There is a
Contract compliance.
there's a contribution, and it mainly goes to the part-time staff.
Okay.
Thank you.
And is that a set amount every year?
It's the cost of it. So it right now it's about 548, but it's 327 plus some other costs of what it costs to hold that group.
You got a whole bunch.
I have a quick question for Code. It's not about money, but it's something that I witnessed time after time after time. There's a problem in the city. Let's say in my area, we have bulk pickup every Monday. So you can drive around. You have bulk on the, waste flow. Let's say on a very good day, on a sunny day, waste flow go on and do what they're supposed to do, and then they get everything. Most of the time they don't. But now let's look at the scenario. Tuesday you're driving around, you already have a pile of trash in front of a house. Wednesday is like we never ever get to a point that you can drive around and the city is clean. That is a problem that we need to address. And
You got to reduce weekly bulk pickup.
I know the bulk pickup every week is a problem that caused that. Now, do we have a tool in code that they can go on, at least have a conversation with those residents, and then, at some point for them to know if we are picking up on Monday, you can put your trash out Sunday nights or Sunday in the afternoon, so that every time you drive around the city,
That's
it's not just District 4, it's almost everywhere in the city. You always have bulk on the floor. And the other thing, Mayor, if I may, the other thing, we have some bad actors. We have some bad actors coming from other places. I witnessed, it was a Thursday afternoon. I'm not going to disclose the address and everything because I know I sent it over. That person lives in District 4, and then he has a construction business. Went out there and get his job done somewhere else, and then dump about 11 plastic bags of trash just right there on our swell. So we need to have our eyes open. That's the reason why I'm putting it out there. We need to be more proactive. We need to be more vigilant and have a conversation with these people, because we cannot have the city look dirty day in and day out. So that is a problem.
Thank you. That has been a conversation, and looking at what the amount of the bulk pickup, because we're pretty unusual across the county. We have the most. So if someone needs something to throw out, they'll come and drive over to the city for that. We can probably put out an educational campaign periodically in terms of when to put out the trash. I think that may be helpful, but I think the main issue is the amount of bulk pickups that we
educate. You might have to give them a warning too.
I think we got to look at the structure of how we find these bad actors, because there are some, for example, if what the councilman just mentioned, that's a bad actor that if we do know, we need to legally, whatever the case is, we could do. And I think that if people know and we're serious about it, and we could educate them saying, I don't know if it could be done administratively or it's something that we do through legislation, that we will triple whatever some amount, and we're serious about it. I think that will kind of help, because people will be, hey, I'm not going to allow, because I've known exactly what the councilman said, where people have their friends come and dump it off in our city because we do it once a week. So, we got to figure out something until we get to the renegotiation of the contract. Okay, thank you so much. Library, I think nothing with library, unless somebody has.
I just have one question about the janitorial, because that was something that I was going to bring up. I walked in the bathroom and there was feces everywhere.
Oh my God.
Did you have
we did put additional funds in another area so that we can try to increase the cleanup. I don't have the exact number of what it's going to be right now, but we will work with library for additional cleanup at the library
and
the bathrooms,
and additional maybe receptacles in the playground as well. And maybe if this janitorial, every so often, if they can stop by that playground and clean it up too. I know the kids love it, but oh God, they do trash the place.
Okay,
I want
thank you. Go ahead, sir.
On the library, quickly, I just want to say kudos to the team and Paul. I'll tell you, if you were to be in the library in a day when North Miami Senior High is out, you know it is not easy. It is not easy, and they really, really work hard to manage this type of crowd and the craziness that is going in there. It is good, and I just want to say keep up the good work. We're not gonna give you any more money, but I just want to put it on the record.
Thank you.
And
Thank you. Yes, sir.
Also, if you look at the parking lot of the library, it needs a capital improvement, re-asphalting, striping, and that's another city parking lot that has had deferred maintenance. Just putting it out there so that we know which parking lots need to be.
The churches to
taken
pay
care
for
of.
that because they love taking up the.
Oh, they do, don't they?
Can we move on?
Good.
Okay. What department are we even in?
Procurement.
No, we did economic development.
Housing and social services.
Wait a minute.
After libraries, procurement, right?
Procurement.
I thought so.
What are you talking about?
But wait.
Yeah,
a minute.
procurement.
No, it's.
At the top.
I've gone
Oh,
too
it
far.
is.
Okay.
It is.
So
Yeah.
it's
Procurement.
separate. Was it you always been separate? I thought. Wasn't risk or some? Was it always separate? Procurement.
That's the new name for purchasing.
Oh, did we? Please, guys, at least send me a memo. If you did, because I haven't read for these changes.
For which one?
They said department change the name.
Yeah, to procurement. It's in the memo.
The which memo?
This budget memo.
Oh, I didn't read that. Okay, yeah, the one that you read.
Yes, the one.
Yes, the one that I read.
Madam Manager, I would ask that at least tell me when you're doing these things, because it because I know we had an issue last time. The last manager changed something. I don't care. That's your purview, but at least I know, because I didn't even know about the procurement thing. I'm just let me know what you guys are doing. So at least if they ask me or somebody, oh yeah, I knew this or I know that, because when I don't know, it does not make none of us look professional or good, whatever the case is. Okay, so procurement is replacing what's the thing?
Purchasing department.
Purchasing, which I like the name procurement even better. But why is it increasing? So it's not staffing. So it's what is it?
Is it?
It's
Yeah,
a
what's
new
the
department.
increase?
Yeah.
You're adding an assistant?
Is that merit and
It's
health and all that?
That's for the piggyback. Mr.
Cost of living and.
Yeah, no. It's not big. We just
Retirement.
wanted to know. I mean, that's something that Mr. Strada, is that the 126?
Yes, sir. Through the manager, Alberto Estrada, procurement director, and
You're making it formal.
I don't often get an opportunity to speak before council, so I'm gonna.
Wait a minute now. Wait
You're
a
out here
minute.
every week asking for. money.
You between you and Miss Love, I think Albert. But go ahead.
Well, yes, I believe that the increase, and again, through the manager and my discussions with the CFO, actually is staffing. So we're adding a full-time P-card administrator.
Because
and
we got some
also adding
violators.
a purchasing agent.
Mm-hmm.
So that accounts for, I believe the increase is a little short under $100,000. But if you'd like to add more, certainly.
No, it's over 100 now. It's 126. 858. So that means that you don't need the 26,000.
No, it's 126.
I got you. No problem. Thank you, sir. Anything else you want to say while you have the
No,
line?
go. Just
No, he said he wanted to talk.
No, the manager.
Thank
said
you.
no.
Have a wonderful.
That manager gave him a deadline.
Okay. I know they look in the back. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you very
Any
much.
questions for procurement? And so just know that. So this 126 is for piggyback.
No, no more.
Thank you so much. Next department is housing, and that's and I know Albert not here, so who's stepping in for?
I'm gonna
I think all of us, and I must say this, in terms of this council, well, the previous council, not this council, and lead up to this council, we have always, and that's one thing I will take proud of, and that's what Mike, you saw Vice Mayor and the others, when it comes to taking care of our seniors. It don't matter what we have up here, but they are our pride and joy. And the only thing when the manager, we talked about my priorities and this and that, and they know, I say, I don't want nothing, just make sure the seniors are taken care of, and I appreciate that, and that's all. So Madam Manager, did Albert, I think I addressed it with you, with her.
Where we taking the
recently.
seniors this year? I missed the last trip.
Okay, this year, well, we're supposed to go to DC, but that's money been sitting there since last year, but we were trying to do it when Biden was there because right now we don't know, and I don't think they want to go there, but no, we going. Yes, ma'am.
Things were, fully funded as they were, including the trips, and there's an additional monies to do an additional day of the senior programming throughout the
And
entire
there was
year.
something that Melky did with them, and I ex Albert, and these are not things where she came in and they did a makeup day.
That's it. That's included in the program activities.
That's all. Anything else, Councilman?
No.
Big support.
Mr. Mayor, aside from everything that you said, I just want to say thank you because that was one of my requests to add one more day into the senior program.
Oh, we're getting a day. I
yes,
didn't hear that.
yes.
Oh,
One day and like an additional day
praise
for the
God.
entire year.
I didn't.
Yeah,
I thought
into
it was-
the
okay,
into
perfect.
the senior program. I think this is great news. My only question is about the food pantry. I know
Oh, Lord, that's another.
we cut it down. We cut it down. I don't know. Gio is here.
No, we didn't cut it. What do you mean cut it?
I think the frequency. We still have the same frequency now, Gio. Or do we go back to the regular schedule? Because I know there was a change in the schedule.
Seliki.
Mhm.
Deli? Okay, Gio. Okay.
Good evening, Major Council. So we still have the same sequence. It's still two days a month. So it used to be 4 days. It's now 2 days. It was announced, with all due respect, about 3 months ago.
Yeah, about 3 months ago.
So instead of having two groups, Group A and Group B, every 2 weeks, it was just merged into one group.
Okay.
That way, the same amount of resources and everyone felt.
So
that it
you're
was
still
fair.
serving the same amount of people?
Yes, actually more.
Oh,
people.
perfect.
It's more people, just
Oh,
condensed
God.
into 2
And it's going to get worse because, and one thing I think I said to this council, and we are so proud of that. And yesterday, I had a city that called me, I think from Georgia. They were Xing in terms of what we do. And we're the only one who does it. And I think North Miami, that's one of our pride and joy. We does it so well. And they partner with Parks and Rec. Sometimes we got little issues. But, and you guys, the food quality that these people get, we don't get no complaints. Councilman, we good.
We good.
Councilwoman, we good because you guys are taking care. Thank you, Gio, and your department. You guys are taking care of the people, and that's all. And they know if the food is bad, they're calling me, and I'm calling Albert, and I'm going out there, and I haven't been out there. Oh God, it's been months. So that means that it's good. It's and thank you for what we do because we need it. Thank you so much. Okay, economic development. Economic development. Isn't he the director and he left too?
Yeah.
Wait a minute now, Madam Manager. I don't know why John just left with this. So are we?
It's been a long meeting, you guys.
Yeah, I
You
know.
got like
It's-
3 jobs.
I know. Poor John. Okay, so
We're good.
I see.
good.
I see that we added 2 positions. Is that right?
Well, there was a part-time position that's been turned to full-time, so you see that on that change. And then also the public engagement officer, which has been moved from communications over to here.
Okay.
A public officer.
Engagement.
So what did that person do there?
And that's the one that's engaging with the public, like our businesses and everything that we need, so we can have the information that we need for growing workforce and economic development initiatives in the city.
And Madam Manager, we haven't had like a department meeting, but that is, and it has nothing to do with this one. That's one of our department we've been lacking in terms of, I wouldn't say we have an economic development, but I guess we're working in, and I'm glad to support this. Hopefully, it'll work out.
You need
in
some
terms
boots
of-
on the ground with our businesses.
Yeah, we need something that pops. Okay, thank you. Communication. You're taking all our money.
Yeah.
Okay, she's not too bad. You got 334, 20 thing. So there's no staff change. So what is that?
Most of these are operating expenses. So
But did you
personnel services gone
reclassify
up
one
and
of the-
operating expenses.
Did you reclassify one of the positions to an assistant director?
Yes.
Which one was that you guys removed?
And that word is misspelled. So make sure we correct.
I would have to check back I'm not sure.
Check the misspelled word or?
No, not the misspelled word. No.
Assistant, Angela.
Communication director.
It's a typo.
And,
All right, thank you. Thank you.
No, on
Mr.
communication, I have
Go
a
ahead.
quick question. On page 291, account 391, would that be something that we need to remove there?
391, the Centennial?
Uh-huh.
Probably not. This is
No, I mean, this is like other communications towards
Toward the
Centennial.
Centennial?
Yeah.
Okay, because
Which is like very targeted, ads putting out and things
Out there.
for the Centennial and public.
so that's for
relations
ads
area.
and everything, because I know the Centennial, they got a big purse, so I was
We do, and I just want to make sure that we know that also there's other like really big expenses towards that, because I have to get signs done and those things, so it's not necessarily for all of those. So, but in terms of them, there's a lot of targeted they did, including things like getting a logo made, getting those things. Those are part of
Okay,
ours.
let me ask this though, because he brought an important point, and we talked about it in our meeting, and we didn't. And I didn't know it was going to make the stage. But, so what is that budget for the Centennial?
It's basically for everything that's related to the Centennial. And we've identified a few things that need to happen. Some restoration of signs that are across the entire city. If you've seen on our entrances.
Our wayfinding signs?
Yeah, wayfaring signs.
Is that including the one outside City Hall? Please.
Let me say this.
We are creating a list, and in truth, we can't get to all of them, but we are figuring out which ones are like priority, but we're going to be using that for that, because obviously part of it is how the Centennial looks and the approach.
Let me say this, Madam Manager, when you finish, go ahead.
Your point was taken. It was just that we had printed, so we will probably identify that in the second budget hearing. So it's more identified that it's not just events and activities, but it's also other projects, infrastructure that we need to do towards the Centennial.
And what I suggest to the manager is, and we're not talking about the specific remark, there are some residents out there who may not feel the same way some of us may feel about the Centennial. I mean, I don't oppose it, but we just have to keep in mind where we are in the climate, and there are people who cannot eat, who cannot sleep in their homes, they cannot. So just keep that in mind as we are saying whatever that we do. So again, I think if it's infrastructure that we got to clean our city and stuff, that's a different line item, because what's going to happen 2 years from now, we're going to be all this and this and that. And there's going to be someone, and I won't be up here, whatever the case is, they're going to say we took whatever that amount, whatever that, we just have to be mindful. And I don't know what that amount, we just have to be mindful with that. And go ahead.
Yes, thank you. I want us to also realize that outside of the Centennial that we're celebrating, FIFA's coming. We need to kind of merge those things. We're celebrating 250 years of independence. So these are big ticket items that we can all merge in. So,
250 of the country?
Yes.
Of the United States?
Of our independence, yes.
Well, that's Trump.
Yeah,
that
so
we-
those are their.
No, you said we celebrating the U.S.? You mean the city? Are you
So
talking about the city
what
or
I'm
the
saying
US?
is, while we are celebrating the Centennial, we need to also incorporate those things that, at the end of the day, they kind of there's economic development.
A piece, I got you.
To
Okay,
it as
two,
well. You understand?
in terms of we need to capitalize on the
capitalize on it.
Yeah,
with
on the
tourism
FIFA
and all
yeah.
that. Activate some things.
Yeah, yes, sir. Go ahead.
I think the councilwoman is dead on. If we, instead of just referring to everything as the Centennial, and be more inclusive, because it will take away some of the fact that of the amount we're spending, but to celebrate in July 250 years of the birth of our country, the FIFA opportunities are going to be out here, and it doesn't mean they're going to take over, but that we embrace it, and that it's all inclusive of this year-long celebration that's happening once a year. And I think she's on point on that, to be as inclusive of all these events in our branding and our media outlet. Hey, at the same time we're celebrating our 100 years, the country's 250 years old. FIFA's here, blah blah blah. There's a co-marketing synergy going around, and I think that makes sense.
Councilman, earlier today I had an event, and then this lady came out to the event, and sometime, and I would say, because I had my budget, I had not reviewed, and I told them I have to go early to leave. And you know what she said? Thank you so much. She said to me, she said,
Oh, I have one
Councilman,
more question.
yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. Right after Vice Mayor. She said, you know what, Mayor, thank you so much for doing what we do, because, you know, she's a participant of our program. But she said something to me. She said, you know, I hear that we about to, you know, put whatever amount that she said for the budget. She said, but I cannot pay my rent, and I'm about to be on the street for something. So that's all I'm saying. The optic people, and you may, you know, I wanted to tell her, well, we have a whole city, you know, but I had to listen, and that made me realize, you know what, we may want to do this, but we just have to be mindful. There are some folks in the optic, and especially where we are. So I think we could, Vice Mayor, I think you have a question.
Yeah, just one question. The FIU Know Me Insider Studio rental. Want to congratulate communication, because that was something that I know 10 years ago was something that we were trying to do by programming Know Me TV. Is that enough for the studio rental, and how much you guys are currently spending? Is that adequate for renting the studio space where you guys are filming the? Oh yes, okay. Just want to make sure.
You good?
Yeah, I'm good.
Yes, ma'am. Good. Okay. The next tab is CDBG, and we love seeing a negative.
Are we getting the money?
Are we good with CDBG? And that's not.
They're
much
taking away the grant, or are we getting
well,
the grant?
wait a minute. Let me go back. So I'm not too good on that.
We don't want to see a negative
so,
now.
Gil, I'm sorry. What's
the entitlement fund?
So let me ask you a question, Gio. With the CDBG fund, is the decrease? I was saying we happy when I see departments and all that. That's one thing, but with the CDBG fund, it's totally different. It's funds that we are getting. I'm assuming that's part of it. Is it because they start cutting?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
All right, y'all. So the current administration is.
So we're no longer getting this money for this current fiscal year?
Not a lot.
So nothing.
Jesus.
Nothing has been officially taken out.
Okay.
Correct. There's just been with federal funding, at least as of right now, more agencies had been added. So like more cities, more municipalities were added to the full source funding. So then the same amount of money did not grow, except they were added. So then as you divide those, more money, less money comes.
So you got less of the pie. Oh.
Again, and we got to figure this out. It may not be addressed tonight, but we have several, I don't know how many people, dozens and folks who we are helping to a roof over their heads. And that funds came from the federal government through HUD. And it is our understanding, we know about this. I've gone to DC with the director like 10 years ago, well, maybe 8 years ago, and we fought when the Obama administration was there, and we made some progress.
Do we know what the shortfall is for this year?
They're cutting everything.
Madam CFO, to see if we have to find funding, yeah.
Yeah, and it's
because this is what's funding our CBOs, our okay. We don't want to have what the county's going through right now.
No, listen, we probably in a better shape than them for many years.
Yeah,
So it's
but no, but
All right.
we can get that number so we know.
So
This is leftover money we're funding, or new money, you think?
They're cutting the money.
Yeah.
So it's not
So it's
good.
less money, less programs, less
But
CBOs.
this
that
is
we
not
can-
good.
So we may have
The home program is being cut by President Trump. So if y'all can't pay y'all rent, whatever, please don't come to us. It's sad. It is sad. Okay, next tab is neighborhood. What is it? Neighborhood
Home investment.
stabilization.
That's the same one.
It's the same. Oh,
Yeah, that's housing. Yeah.
that's okay.
These are all
That's
housing.
still
Yeah.
With the
All of those are housing.
Yeah. That we good. Half penny tax. I don't think we
That's
talked.
public works.
Yes, state housing is good. We can't. A lot of these, the enterprise fund, we just go through. But wait a minute.
fund.
How did we go from the half cent tax from that big 8 million to what's going on here? But
The 2 million, the half
no,
cent
I see
transportation.
2 million. But what is this? Oh, okay. So the capital projects, that okay. So, okay. Could you say that in the mic? At least they'll know. So it's a change from 2 Okay, I was looking at the wrong thing.
right.
From the previous year was 8.3 million, and now this year's 2.6. But she just
Proposed, but we haven't brought in the capital projects. In the second budget hearing, we'll bring in the capital projects, and we'll
got it.
make
So
that
would it be around that number?
We're
or no?
looking at what we're funding right now.
I got you. Okay, thank you. And the transportation gas tax, I don't never think that we talked about that. There's
Right,
not much
actually,
in-
before we go to the transportation, I just want to make sure that the freebies will be funded. Yeah, that's
They have to
really, really important because
No, what you mean? They have to. Well, wouldn't I know the CRA was giving some? So are they? Are they?
Are we still sharing costs with the CRA? I
Or
believe
do we have we
are.
taking on the cost? Those are the
think we did
things that
50,
I think
50%.
we.
Currently, we are taking the cost and we're sharing some of that with the CRA.
right.
Right now, we're, like we said, we're going back, we're funding the projects and we're bringing it back into
So
the.
is that funded in this budget or not?
In this particular budget you have right now, no.
Okay, that's a problem.
Right,
But
right.
we will
because-
bring it back, yes.
Right, and I, this is a program that the residents are really grateful for, and as a matter of fact, we were looking to increase
it.
our
But
right.
how much was it that
right.
we had? Wasn't
remember.
it? Yeah,
I don't remember the number.
750. I think. No, I think it was more than that.
Yeah.
Because they're a little pricey,
Wait,
but they
just a
good.
clarification, there's 375,000 for freebie. Was that answering?
No, they should be.
Way more. They
Yeah,
expensive.
we were asking that. I believe that we needed about 6. freebies.
They did increase the cost, and there's been a conversation about
Oh,
that, because
God.
before there was a grant, and then that grant was funding that portion. So that hasn't been funded as of yet right now.
Let me ask this
Well-
question. Go ahead, because I want to ask a question
Is
after
there more
that.
explanation, or, but you, okay,
There's no money?
but yeah, that is really important because I think we were doing a pilot where we only had 2, and the wait list was over 40 minutes,
That's-
and
yeah.
and I've gotten residents to come to my home to tell me that they enjoy the program, but the wait list was too
Yeah.
long, and just want to make sure so
But,
that
But I think also, Madam Manager, those are some people we need to call and have a conversation with them, because the other issue, and I love the program, and I had specific issues with them, and I think I talked to the last manager about my issue where they were advertising other thing and I went to Aventura, and I actually saw the idea from North Miami Beach. They don't do that, and then they were like, yeah, and then the cost sharing of what they were doing. I said, I think you need to ask the city management if we even would allow, for you to advertise on our thing. We paying you, and then you like whatever that they were. I think we need to just have that conversation with them to figure out maybe they could lower it, whatever the case is. But whatever they're giving is not enough, and their thing is expensive. And then the car we paying for, you making money
Off of the
off
advertising.
the advertising, and you say you sharing whatever. So I'm like, no, I think you need to talk to the city. We have stuff. We could promote Mocha, different things in the city,
but the other
and then you have other businesses. Unless we're getting like 80 or something, yeah, I think that's something, Madam Manager, you could kind of look into and see once we increase and see what happens. Okay,
No,
gas. Yes.
No, on the freebie, I am 100% with you. We need to look at, yes, we are going to fund freebie, and then if it's in the city, they have to promote the city, because that's something we have to look at. We give them money, and plus they doing advertising outside of that, so that's something we need to look at. It's like a really, really freebie.
Yeah.
So I think that's the point that we need to look into it. Yes,
Well, it's free to the residents. Okay.
And they need to teach the
gotta pay
drivers a
for it.
little more manners.
I don't think we could talk more about the water. I think now we're getting into some enterprise stuff. So we will go to risk management, and then I guess building. I wish we could have, because in the past, like those departments that are usually be in the front. I know you guys number them, but I saw budget, and then now building is way at, and that's important. Is that enterprise too? Would they have their own
Special revenue fund.
Oh, that's
so all
special.
the other funds are in the back.
Okay.
So risk is a different fund.
Okay,
building
so
is a
that's one of those we don't need to mess with too much. Okay. So I
Are we
guess-
still self-insured with risk? No?
Oh God. So risk is the last department, and they good because they under, it seems. Okay.
What about stormwater?
The storm.
Just the
I don't know
stormwater
if you could-
utility?
isn't that the stormwater? Isn't that one of those?
Okay, you'll have the conversation then, okay.
Okay, any questions, anything on this budget?
So move.
Wait.
No, right.
Hang on, let's see. Fleet, we're good, building.
Move for approval.
Hold on, Councilman. No, there's a lot before we get there. So, Madam Manager, there's a lot that we talked about tonight. Madam CFO, you guys documented everything in terms of where we are. And I guess the change memo we expect, and that's what I'm gonna go into a little deep dive into. And I think we good. For the first time, and I'm gonna say this publicly, I do whatever concern, whatever that I have, it is what is, and I'll address it with management in the very minor. So, and I've never, if I see that this is not making sense or what, yes, I do have concern with that, but it's not necessarily the basis of the budget. I'm ready to move and kind of do this, although you guys may not need my vote in terms of that. But there is one thing on there I do want to address before we vote on that, and that is just going to be the content of how I vote in terms of that. There is a tab, and I talked to the manager about this, and we need to be careful. And I think the administration and us here too as council, and I have to go into a little bit of detail with the tab, and I just don't want to address it because we are getting ready to vote for the budget. I'm okay with where we are right now with, saying that we have these changes and all that we're doing. However, tab C, it's a tab that we need to be careful, and we need to, I won't say repeal it, but we need to either remove this or talk about it a little bit more, what this does. It was deleted? It
was deleted.
Yeah. Praise God. God is good. Okay, good. Ready to move. So move.
Hang on. Just real quick. Madam Manager and council members, the Czechoslovakian club had wanting to do an Oktoberfest first time here in, or enhance the one they had. I had put a request in for $15,000 that the managers may work on or may not get in at all.
That's a whole different, that's you and the manager. I'm cutting out public work. I know it's small, but.
That's the rehab of the building.
Yeah,
This is an event that.
They got some good money from the CRA.
Yeah.
Not too long ago, we voted that money. They should be able to.
Mike, we'll do what we do with the PAL, but the check we did with the CRA, so I can't,
Yeah. They'll become an event space, yeah.
Okay, which is nice. We'll use them. Thank you so much.
I think it was moved and seconded.
I moved it.
I think I had moved it first, but Mayor told me, hold on.
We good. No. I think we good. You can move it.
So
We good.
you moved and seconded?
Yeah.
Yes.
So Vice Mayor moved it and
Yes.
Councilman Charles seconded.
I thought we had
We have to move A first.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Hey, but that's what we're moving the mileage, the mill.
That's what we're doing.
Okay.
So tab A?
A resolution of the mayor and city council of the city of North Miami, Florida, adopting a tentative millage rate of 7.4000 mils for fiscal year 2025-2026, providing for an effective date and all other purposes. Whereas the city of North Miami, Florida has considered an operating budget for fiscal year 2025-2026 in accordance with the provisions of section 200.065 Florida Statutes 2024, and whereas the millage rate necessary to fund the city's operating budget for fiscal year 2025-2026 is 7.4000 mils, which is 4.38% more than the rolled back rate of 7.0896 mils. And whereas in accordance with section 200.065 parentheses 5 parentheses small a Florida statutes as amended from time to time, a majority vote of the mayor and city council is required to adopt a rate of up to 7.4000 mils. And whereas the mayor and city council find the adoption of the proposed tentative millage rate for fiscal year 2025-2026 is in the best interest of the city. Now therefore be it duly resolved by the mayor and city council of the city of North Miami, Florida as follows. Section 1, adoption of tentative millage rate. The mayor and city council of the city of North Miami, Florida hereby adopt 7.4000 mils as the tentative millage rate on assessed property value necessary to fund the city's fiscal year 2025-2026 operating budget. Section 2, effective date. This resolution shall become effective upon adoption. I have a motion made by Vice Mayor Timothy to approve the item at tab A. The motion was seconded by Councilman Charles. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Item passes with a 5-0 vote.
Well, not that one, it's the other one, that's the first time.
Tab B?
I thought B, we usually tab B. Yep, tab B.
Tab B, an ordinance of the Mayor and City Council of the City of North Miami, Florida, adopting and approving the budget of the City of North Miami for the fiscal year commencing October 1, 2025, and ending September 30, 2026, authorizing the amount to be raised by taxation for the operation of the city for the 2025-2026 fiscal year, authorizing the expenditure of funds established by the budget, authorizing a return on investment transfer from the Water and Sewer Utility Fund to the General Fund, authorizing the city manager to implement budget amendments, revenue and or expenditure to appropriate or unappropriate funds as required during the fiscal year, and to amend the prior fiscal year budget to facilitate the year-end closing process, providing for reading in its entirety, repeal, severability, and an effective date. Whereas the budget of the City of North Miami, Florida for the fiscal year commencing October 1, 2025, and ending September 30, 2026, attached hereto as Exhibit 1, was considered at public hearings held on September 11, 2025, and September 25, 2025, as required by Chapter 200 Florida statutes, and whereas the mayor and city council wish to approve and adopt the budget of the city for the fiscal year beginning October 1, 2025 and ending September 30, 2026, and to authorize that this amount be raised by taxation for the operation of the city for the 2025-2026 fiscal year. Now, therefore, be it ordained by Mayor and City Council of the City of North Miami, Florida, that Section 1, Budget approved and adopted. The budget of the City of North Miami for the 2025-2026 fiscal year, attached hereto as Exhibit 1, is hereby approved and adopted. Section 2, implement budget amendments. The city manager of the City of North Miami is hereby authorized to implement budget amendments, revenue and or expenditure, to appropriate or unappropriate funds as required during the fiscal year, and to amend the prior fiscal year budget to facilitate the year-end closing process. Section 3, expenditure of funds appropriated in the authorized budget. Funds appropriated to the various departments in the budget may be expended by the directors of each department by and with the approval of the city manager in accordance with the provisions of the city charter and applicable ordinances. Expenditures of funds, including but not limited to enterprise funds, internal service funds, and expendable trust funds under circumstances in which additional revenues are generated by user fees or charges to offset the cost of supplying a service to residents or other city departments shall not be limited by estimated appropriations, but rather by actual revenue. And to that extent, the actual revenue received shall be deemed to be appropriated. Section 4, return on investment of water and sewer fund assets. The budget includes a transfer from the water and sewer operation and maintenance fund to the general fund, representing the return on investment that taxpayers would receive if the utility were sold. The transfer for the 2025-2026 fiscal year is calculated at 7.5% of fixed assets as of September 30th, 2024. This transfer may be made annually but will not exceed 7.5% of the utility's net fixed assets. Section 5, checks. All checks on city bank accounts shall be signed by any member of the city council and the finance director. Section 6, amount of taxes, the approximate amount of $45,046,285 and no cents shall be the amount of gross taxes to be raised by the operating ad valorem tax levy authorized by resolution of the mayor and city council. Section 7, authority of manager. The city manager is authorized and directed to execute and deliver any and all documents and instruments, and to do so and cause to be done any and all acts and things necessary or proper for carrying out the transactions contemplated by this ordinance. Section 8, repeal. All ordinances or parts of ordinances in conflict or inconsistent are repealed. Section 9, severability. If any word, clause, phrase, sentence, paragraph, or section of this ordinance is held to be invalid by a court of competent jurisdiction, such declaration of invalidity shall not affect any other word, clause, phrase, sentence, paragraph, or section of this ordinance. Section 10, effective date. This ordinance shall become effective immediately upon passage on second reading. Tab B.
Move for approval.
Second.
I have a motion made.
Is there a roll call? No? It's an
Yes,
audience,
of course,
right?
it's roll
No?
call.
Okay.
I have a motion made by Councilman Charles to approve the item at tab B. The motion was seconded by Councilwoman Estime Irvin. Vice Mayor Timothy, how do you vote?
Yes.
Councilman Charles, how do you vote?
Yes.
Mayor Desalme, how do you vote?
Yes.
Councilwoman Estimate Irvin, how do you vote?
Yes.
Councilman Burns, how do you vote?
Yes.
The motion carries with a 5-0 vote.
Congrats. No clapping, no nothing.
Move to
Motion to
adjourn.
adjourn.
Second.
Wait a minute. We have, no, before we do that, Mr. Knight, we want to welcome you. And please make sure you talk to your councilman before you leave. Okay, sir? Amen. That's right, brother.
A motion made by Councilman Charles to adjourn, seconded by Councilwoman Estimate Irvin. All in favor? Any opposed? The motion carries with a 5-0 vote. The time is now 9 p.m. Have a good night, everyone.
You